$10,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GROW to borrow up to $10,000.
Everyone loves a backyard barbecue, but who has the time? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire in Oro Valley and Catalina. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and our neighbors for years, and we still get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. In Oro Valley, you'll discover bold, smoky brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and many creative dishes paired with local craft beers on tap and specialty cocktails. Fork and Fire, your neighborhood backyard barbecue, where great food meets good times and strong community. Join us today at Fork and Fire, Oro Valley, and in Catalina.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Pit. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Clock running, 50 seconds left in the half from the BYU 35-yard line. Fifita out of the shotgun, takes the snap, back to throw, sets up, going deep down the far sideline, into the corner of the end zone. It is caught, inbounds, touchdown Arizona! Oh my goodness, another Fifita gem as he drops one in the corner to Chris Hunter.
That was an absolute dime by Noah Fifita. He couldn't have thrown that any better. Puts it over his outside shoulder in the corner of the end zone. What a throw by Noah Fifita.
Absolutely beautiful. Hunter with the catch. Cats take the lead with 40 seconds left in the half.
Golly, what a throw. That was a big-time shot by Noah Fifita.
35 yards from Fifita to Hunter.
Looking for more throws like that this season from Noah Fifita, the quarterback of the Arizona Wildcats. All eyes on the U of A today in Frisco, Texas, as Big 12 football media days came to a conclusion and your Wildcats were on center stage. Welcome to DK on the Sports Tip. It is Wild Card Wednesday. We're coming live to you from Showtime Cards here on Speedway, just a little bit east of Craycroft. Come on down. We're going to be breaking some boxes, talking to our guy George Maries. We'll find out what box special we've got for you here today. A chance for you to maybe pull something really, really cool. As we last time we were here, we were pulling some football. Football as in World Cup football boxes and getting some of the stars of the World Cup tournament. We'll see if maybe we'll pull another one of those today, as well as some other things. We'll talk to George here and get an update on everything that's happening in the trading card business. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program as well if you'd like to. And, of course, we mentioned Big 12 Media Days happening today. We're going to hear from head coach Brent Brennan. We'll give you his press conference coming up. That'll be in the 4 o'clock hour. We're going to go right down to Texas here later in this hour and chat with Mackenzie Hamilton from the Arizona Athletics Department, the reporter for the U of A, as she is down in Texas with the squad this week, and we'll get her impressions on everything that she has seen and that has transpired this week in terms of the University of Arizona. Big 12, the first conference to hold their football media days. So I think this is like the third year in a row that the Big 12 has kind of led this thing off. They're the first ones out of the gate and get everybody going. You'll have all the rest of the conferences coming up here in the next few weeks, as I believe Brent Brennan said today, 2.5 weeks until practice starts. So that would put practice probably sometime around Sunday and or Monday, the 26th or 27th, somewhere along those lines. Hopefully that'll be about the time. Generally the last week in July, first week in August is when the Wildcats hit the field, and looking forward to that. They're going to open against Northern Arizona, as they've done a number of years, but a huge second game on the road at BYU, a team that has obviously been at the top of this conference. 23 wins for Brigham Young over the course of the last 2 seasons, and not an easy place to go and play in Provo, especially early in the year in week number 2. But that's what faces your Wildcats this year, as a little bit of a different schedule in this second year in the Big 12, third year, I should say, in the Big 12 Conference, as the Wildcats will not play all 3 of their non-conference games out of the gate. They'll play their first non-conference game, then play a conference game, then play their next 2 non-conference games before diving back into what will be a 9, or after that will be 8 conference games throughout the rest of the season. And for the first time since joining the Big 12, the Wildcats will not have their bye week in September. They'll have their bye week in August. So the Wildcats will have to play roughly 5 to 6 games right out of the gate to start the season before they get that week off later on as we start to turn our attention to the second half of the schedule. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Off day for the World Cup. No soccer games today. We'll be back in action with the quarterfinals. That'll get going on tomorrow. And we mentioned, obviously, that you've got just one team from the Americas remaining, and that is Argentina. France and Morocco will lead things off tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, our time on Fox. That'll be the only game tomorrow. You have one game Thursday, one game Friday, and then you'll have the other 2 quarterfinal games will be on Saturday. Spain and Belgium will play on Friday, and then Saturday it'll be Norway and England, Argentina and Switzerland. Those will be the quarterfinal rounds, and then you will have Sunday will be and Monday won't be any games on the schedule, and then we'll get into the quarterfinal round, a semifinal round, will begin Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So we'll have the 2 semifinals early to midweek of next week before we get to the finals, which will be next weekend to wrap up the Americas hosting of the World Cup tournament. Again, 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program if you want to talk World Cup, some of the things you've seen. We've been talking about it extensively here. It's kind of like that weird guy. And I'm out here at Showtime Cards. We've got J-Dub and Dragon Ball back in the studio. Guys, it's kind of like that weird part of the year where you get the day off at like around baseball, the All-Star break, and there's not much going on. You kind of feel that way today because there's been basically soccer every day for the last month, but today no soccer to speak of as we head into the quarterfinals.
Well, just like you reminded us, this is the 3rd year Arizona's in the Big 12, which seems crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Like that just happened. It's the same thing with the World Cup. I mean, everybody waits and waits and waits, Dragon Ball. And before you know it, after pool play, it comes fast at you, and then it's over.
Yeah, and it comes fast, and it pretty much finishes up pretty quickly once you get into that quarterfinal, semifinal area. But don't worry, DK. There's plenty of soccer/World Cup news happening off the pitch today because I got an update here coming up for you later on today. Apparently, the Argentinian Football Association doing some not so good things in relation to their financial decisions.
Oh,
There's been a lot of stuff. They talked. There was another article that came out 3 days ago about the Argentine youth program and how there's some corruption there as well. So I don't know if these are all hit pieces coming out in Argentina, like all at the same time. Like people have been sitting on this, but that's the second story to break in the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, you mean the big story? The big story today is not Justin Bieber is going to be a part of the World Cup final halftime show.
Well, that's Dragon Ball's favorite story of the day.
Yeah, obviously. That's my other story.
Speaking of weird, you talked about how weird it is there's no soccer today. Dragon Ball's sitting in complete darkness right now, DK.
Ooh, okay.
I've been here for 11 years now. I don't think I've ever seen the studio. I'm looking through the glass, quite as dark as it is right now.
All right. Well, there you go.
Dragon Ball. Lower light shade here today.
It's bright out there. It's real bright outside,
especially with all the cloud and everything.
He likes his studio a little bit dark. I've heard that about him for sure.
Nah, this all goes back to when I was in college and I would study in complete darkness, and that was kind of how it was almost like an ISO chamber. So having a little bit of an ISO chamber mood for me, I guess, in the studio.
Did you eat a lot of carrots as a kid?
I did, actually, as a matter of fact. But I still apparently need to take vitamin D supplements.
Ay. Plenty of vitamin D. Just step outside the studio for about 5 minutes. You'll get plenty of that vitamin D for sure. All right. Interesting. We heard the highlight at the top. Noah Fifita and the Noah was one of the 6 players that the Wildcats had in Frisco today for Big 12 Media Days, but he is clearly, obviously, the star of this Arizona Wildcats football team, and the campaign to put him at the face of the Heisman race has begun. Apparently, Arizona Athletics handed out packets today to just about everyone that was in attendance at Big 12 Media Days, basically hyping up everything that is Noah Fifita. Now, they didn't email these out because I haven't seen exactly what this packet looks like per se, but it's interesting because we've talked in the past before how athletics hasn't necessarily always pushed their top players in terms for some of these national awards, but clearly they came together this summer. They outlined a plan, a plan, I should say, to put Noah Fifita at the forefront of this program and push him as a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate. And again, it's not maybe just about what he does on the field. And ultimately, if he wins the award, it'll be about what he does on the field. But it's just the entirety of who Noah Fifita is as a person, as a player, as a student athlete, the things that he does in the community here in Tucson. They want to make sure everyone knows who Noah Fifita is, and that started with that plan being put out today.
Do you know the origin of our 1290 bet segment, DK?
Our 1290 bet segment. I don't know that I do know the origin of that.
So the reason we bet $12.90 on bets is because 2 years ago I talked about we should put a futures bet on Noah Fifita winning the Heisman Trophy.
Right.
And we should put $12.90 because that's our call numbers, right? So the idea of I'm looking at the BetMGM board right now, DK, and I don't see Noah on the board currently for preseason odds, but we definitely have to put $12.90 down on Mr. Noah Fifita in the Heisman race for the 2026-27 season.
So
there's no doubt
in other words, you're saying Noah Fifita is not getting any respect.
Well,
whatsoever.
I mean, there's only looks like to be about 10 or 15 guys on this list. Obviously, the usual suspects. Arch Manning is at the top. C.J. Carr from Notre Dame as well. But I do not see Noah Fifita's name on here.
Well, there you go. We got to make sure that his name gets on that list. And there's no question about it. There's no question about it. He is going to be one of the top players in this conference this year. I mean, he's already been named all preseason Big 12 as the quarterback for this conference, and he's going to be. But again, can he translate that on to the football field? And he came out today, and you'll hear Noah Fifita coming up as well. He came out today and said, "Hey, this is all about winning a Big 12 championship for this program." And it's very interesting. We heard Noah use this term today, and I've heard him use it before in the past, and I'm not quite exactly sure what the reasoning is for that. I'll be interested to ask him at some point. But he talked about, we want to win a Rose Bowl, which, 10 years ago, I could get that phrase, because you were still playing for a Pac-12 championship with the ultimate goal out of that being either, if you didn't get to the playoff, getting that berth into the Rose Bowl. But nowadays, the Rose Bowl really doesn't have any connection to the Big 12 conference per se. It's a part of the playoff, and if the and then there's no guarantee if you make the playoff that you're going to play in that particular game. But I just found it interesting, and I've heard him say that before, that our goal is to win the Rose Bowl, and I'm not quite sure where that's coming from or why they're saying that. But I mean, I like it because it gives you something to shoot for. But obviously I'm interested to hear what the context of that is now, with the Rose Bowl not necessarily being directly affiliated with the conference.
It may just be aspirational, like the idea that Arizona football has had some peaks and valleys, but never really reached the mountaintop, right? And the mountaintop for 49 years in the Pac-10 and then Pac-12 conference was win the conference, make it to the Rose Bowl, win the Rose Bowl. And obviously that was a rallying cry forever. No longer in the Pac or affiliated with that bowl. And obviously all those bowls are affiliated with the college football playoff system now. But I just think that statement of win the Rose Bowl, to me, Dragon Ball, now I'm not trying to speak for Mr. Noah Fifita, but to me it just sounds like we want to do something that this program has never done before.
And the other part of that, too, is that, again, it's something to shoot for because, again, everyone's going to say, oh, we want to get to the CFP. We want to get to the CFP. But saying we want to get to the Rose Bowl is the same thing as saying we want to get to the college football playoff, but it's still the same rallying cry that Tucson has been crying for the past 40, almost 50 years, being in that conference for as long as they were. Now in the Big 12, you don't have there's not really any connections to bowls anymore outside of apparently Wyoming being connected to the Arizona Bowl every other year, it seems like. But besides that, you have to have something to go ahead and shoot for. That's got to be the goal. Win a Big 12 title, get and have a chance to play in the Rose Bowl, depending on where you are in a bracket. Because if you win the Big 12, you're pretty much set in stone to be in that conversation for a college football playoff berth, at least for as far as we know right now with the system that's in place. Because who knows, that could be changing again here by the end of the year.
It's a quarterfinal too, right?
Yeah. Again, like I said, it certainly is. If you get into the playoff, a game you could be playing in, but there's no guarantee of that in terms, in terms of the University of Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, just think, the chances, guys, that Arizona makes the college football playoff and they put them in a bracket that the Rose Bowl does not, doesn't have the Rose Bowl in that side of the bracket, that would just be kind of cruel.
520-848-1290. Again, we're coming to you live from Showtime Cards. It is Wild Card Wednesday. We'll talk to George Maurice straight ahead as well. We're going to go down to Frisco, Texas, though, and chat with Mackenzie Hamilton from Arizona Athletics, who is down covering the Wildcats this week at Big 12 Football Media Days. Cricket is here as well, and she's got your traffic every 20 minutes on the fives.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported Valencia and Wilmot and Valencia. And on the other side of town, a crash Ina near Oracle, west of Oracle on Ina. Do have some slowdowns on Speedway Boulevard at Main Avenue. Grant Road east of I-10 closed until the beginning of August, and also some slowing westbound on Miracle Mile at Flowing Wells. There is a chance of rain around 5 or 6 at 25% chance. An extreme heat warning until tomorrow at 8 p.m. 83 is going to be our low. 108 tomorrow, 106 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Never wait to see your family doctor again. At My Doctor Now, you don't need to take time off work or even schedule ahead. Open 7 days a week. It's your family doctor. Available same day, every day, guaranteed. Go to My Doctor Now, your same-day family doctor.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Mason Lawyer.
Coming down to Arizona, and the end of the day, it came down to coach. He's been in my shoes before. He understands the drive and what it takes to be at the top level, and he's helping me get there.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Is your AC 10 years or older? Not sure if it'll last through this extreme Arizona heat? Call Right Way for a $65 AC tune-up. Got a repair quote that you're unsure about? We'll give you a free second opinion and take 20% off any AC repair. With a 4.9-star rating on over 13,000 Google reviews, you can have the assurance that you'll be receiving our award-winning service every time. Call Right Way at 520-640-2665 or visit rightwayac.com today.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GROW to borrow up to $10,000.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Sponsored by BetMGM. Own your moment. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. World Cup quarterfinals kick off tomorrow. I think France's defense will be tested in a big way. Morocco tried to be ultra defensive when they played France in the World Cup semis in 2022. They lost 2-0. Didn't work. Morocco has to be the aggressor. I think their offense is good enough to get at least one goal. Morocco to score in regular time is nearly even odds. I think they do it. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, let's head down to Frisco, Texas, and talk a little bit more about Big 12 Football Media Days. Pleased to be joined by Mackenzie Hamilton, department reporter for University of Arizona Athletics. She has been with the Wildcats this week down to kick off the Big 12 football season. Mackenzie, always great to have a chance to chat with you. How have things gone these 2 days down in Frisco, Texas? Second year in a row that the Big 12 has taken the kickoff to the football season down to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, hey, DK. Thanks for having me on. It's been good. It's been a very busy, packed 2 days. The guys, we all actually came in separately because the guys were on 4th of July break, and so we got in yesterday afternoon. They had a little bit of a dinner. The Star is always a great place to host this because there's restaurants and walkable things all over, and then today was nonstop action with interviews and video shoots.
I've seen a lot of Noah Fifita. In fact, we got over here. We're doing the show over Showtime Cards, and they had ESPN on and College Football Live, and they were talking to Noah Fifita today. And I understand that there was a packet that was handed out to all of the media as the beginning of the Heisman push for Noah Fifita. I haven't seen the packet, Mackenzie, but what all is in there?
Oh, well, we'll make sure we get you a copy. It's actually not a packet. It's just one of your standard printed resumes. But basically it's saying that Noah Fifita has a Heisman caliber resume. He should be in the discussion for this Heisman. And this, as you said, is kind of the launch of that, of Arizona Athletics and Coach Brennan really backing him and saying, hey, this is a name that you guys should consider. This is someone you should watch. I'll take a quote from Coach Brennan. He's one of the best stories in college football right now. And I'll make sure you can find on Twitter, on our socials, we put out the resume. And I'm sure I saw some comments that people are wanting copies. So maybe we'll I'll talk with our marketing department. Maybe we can do something where we get some printed for our people back in Tucson to get some copies of this. But it's what you would expect of a resume. It starts at the top with his experience. It hits all of his leadership awards, all of his records he's had here at Arizona. He's also one of just 5 senior quarterbacks in all of college football right now who've spent their entire career at one school. He also leads college football as the active passing touchdown leader. And then it breaks into his awards all the way from his first one as the Pac-12 Freshman Offensive Player of the Year. And then we can't forget about his community service. He started the First Down Faith Foundation, where he's done so much work for people in Tucson. And then I love, too, we have his skills, his references, some great quotes from people in the college football community about the caliber of player and person he is.
Mackenzie, you obviously are behind the scenes with this team. Is there a story that you can tell us about Noah Fifita maybe that we don't know or we've not seen, or something that you've seen that kind of exemplifies the kind of person that he is?
Yeah, I would say, I've been with Arizona football since 4 years. This will be my 4th season. And Noah was actually one of the first people I met first day in the office. And I would say he's the same type of person he was that day as the second string quarterback to who he is today as one of the biggest stories here at Big 12 Media Days, and that his humility has remained the same. The type of person he is and how he treats others remains the same. He has to have a photographic memory. I believe he remembers everyone's name. And so that always just comes to mind when I think of Noah Fifita. Fun fact, too, he was my first interview ever at Arizona football. It was spring ball, so I grabbed him after practice, and he's always been just as well-spoken as he is now, too.
Mackenzie Hamilton is joining us. She's with the Arizona Wildcats this week down at Big 12 Football Media Days. One of the things I thought was interesting in one of the interviews I heard today was how he talked about how he has, to this point, kind of led from the back. He's not been one of those guys that's been at the front, but he feels like that's got to change now because, this is his team. He is the leader, so he's got to be more vocal than he's been in the past.
Yeah, I was talking with him. I said, obviously coming off a fantastic season, recently the Manning Passing Academy, we see him win 2 awards there. So I asked him, what areas of your game do you feel like you've grown the most? And he actually referred to that leadership side. He said he's picked up so much from Coach Daggy and how he leads vocally. He, like as you said, DK, he's always been one of those guys that maybe leads by example, leads by his play, his hard work, things like that. But I have seen him in spring ball and these off-season workouts and practices become more vocal. He's one of those leaders on the team that's holding guys accountable now. He has a standard. He's in those huddles at the breakout of practices, things like that. He picks and chooses his moments too, I believe. But I think this started for him, honestly, even last season. One of the things I remember most from him of being a vocal leader was that Cincinnati game when Cincinnati came back and tied it up. Or actually, I believe they took the lead. I looked over and Noah had the whole offense around him on the bench. And he was speaking to them about locking in, about being built for those kind of moments. And so I think this started a little bit for him in the season last year, and he's just really leaned in this offseason.
Mackenzie Hamilton is our guest, Arizona Athletics team reporter. She's in Frisco, Texas with the football team for Big 12 Football Media Days. Interesting, I thought that, we were so used in the past, Mackenzie, for media days being, the head coach and maybe 2 to 3 players. But they've really bumped this thing up where pretty much everybody was taking 6 or 7 players. Do you know how that happened, that they decided, look, let's bring as many kids here as we can get here for this event?
I don't know the original origin behind that, but what I've seen from, this is my 3rd media days here with Arizona football, and what I've seen from it in the past is that there is so much media presence here. There's not only radio and TV, but there's so many social media outlets and local news stations that want to talk to these guys. I think the more guys, the better, because we're able to accommodate more of these media outlets, more of these, a lot of the things the guys did today were like social media videos and trends. And so I think we need those numbers to be able to accommodate all of these stations and outlets.
We heard during the spring, Mackenzie, that defensive end Trey Smith is referred to within the team as Mr. Redline. No pressure there. I mean, that is the mantra of the program, and you are Mr. Redline. I mean, that says something right there about the type of guy that Trey Smith is, and the way that he handles his business out there for this program.
Yeah, and they might get mad at me for sharing this today, but we were talking when we had a moment, and they realized that Trey is the oldest guy on the team this year.
Boy.
It was between Tristan Bounds and him. They confirmed Trey is the oldest guy on the team, but you can just see that the guys look up to him in that way, of that everything he does, he goes about it as a pro. He gives 100% effort. I got to talk with him today, too, about making his way back from his season-ending injury last year. And if you look at his football career, it has not been linear. He's gone through a lot of different adversities. And I asked him what his biggest takeaway was from this recent injury. And he told me it was really just not taking a moment for granted, and also getting that different perspective of being on the sideline last year and getting to coach and pour into the guys that way.
When you talk about two guys that are coming back from season-ending injuries last year, Trey Smith on the defensive side, Tristan Bounds back on the offensive side, obviously injured in that Cincinnati game. I still think one of the best stories I heard, and we didn't know this until he talked about it in the spring, was how he knew he had broken his leg and stayed in the game for that play where Noah threw the touchdown pass to get the record. I mean, that shows you the toughness right there, Tristan Bounds.
Yes, and he's also someone who's so fun to talk with, too. He's just a competitor, and, he was talking about Alex Deuce, his offensive line teammate, and the work that he does in the weight room. But I was thinking, I've got to see the whole offensive line work out this offseason, and just they're always in there, really hardworking group, and he's one of those guys that's super into putting in the weights, the running, the conditioning, all of that.
Mackenzie Hamilton is our guest, Arizona Athletics team reporter. She is with the Wildcats in Frisco, Texas. Big 12 football media days. One of my biggest, things that I'm going to be watching going into fall camp here in a couple of weeks, Mackenzie, is the emergence of Chris Hunter. He's kind of been one of those guys who's been on the verge of potentially of being that breakout receiver, but I think now we've got to see it. It's time for us to see Chris Hunter step up and be that guy. Have you had a chance to talk to him, and what is he saying about his preparation process as he tries to now take that next step to being a guy who can maybe catch 50, 60 balls this season?
Yeah, I think we saw, like you said, some glimpses, some really great moments from him, and I think Coach Stagey alluded to it earlier this spring, that kind of was battling always not being 100% healthy. And so that's a big focus for him, is just feeling 100% healthy and getting in a good spot this season. He's also one of the older guys on the team. We have some transfers obviously coming in with a little bit of more experience, such as himself. But he is definitely one of those guys who's been a solid foundation for Arizona football. The wide receiver room as a whole, though, is something I'm interested to see in who really emerges, because you also have Trey Spivey, one of his good friends that was here this week. And, you look at the production that Trey Spivey had last year, and it was fantastic. And then also we saw some of those younger guys, Gio Richardson and then Isaiah Mizell, who we didn't get to see a whole lot, but we saw enough that I think they're really exciting too. Also, I want to throw in Brandon Phelps in there. He was one of those guys that the coaches and players all spring long said they were the most excited about, that he won the offseason. So that room is very interesting to me.
Well, Brandon Phelps is I loved him in camp last year. I thought, man, this is a young man, and obviously the injuries kind of slowed him down once the season got going. But I thought he had a great fall camp last year, and so I'm really anxious to see how he's progressed, because I do believe that he can be a very important piece to that passing game as well this season. All right, so all the pomp and circumstance is over. Like, do you guys come back tonight? What's the travel schedule?
Yes, so the guys actually just left for the airport a few moments ago, so they're all flying back to Tucson to continue into their summer regime of lifting and running, and a lot of them are in summer classes as well. So back to normal business after this.
So you don't get to fly on the Learjet with them?
I did not, but I am from Dallas, so I'm taking a little extended vacation. So I'm going to go hang out and get dinner with my family after this and be here through the weekend, just spend some time back home. So I love having it here in Dallas. Double win for me.
There you go. All right, so what is Mackenzie Hamilton's, what is your go-to restaurant spot that you want to pub out for everybody that's going to at some point travel down to Dallas? What's the place they got to hit?
Oh, gosh. So there's so much good barbecue. I would say I like Tenders, which is like more North Texas. But there's really so many you can't go wrong. I also love, this is a chain, but Mi Cocina. It's Mexican, but it's a little elevated. I feel wrong referring any person from Tucson from Arizona to Mexican, though, because I feel like our Mexican food in Tucson is elite. So might not hit as quite as good as the food here in Texas, but I do love me some Tex-Mex. So that's my other rec.
And lastly, Mackenzie, the winning of the Commissioner's Cup, was that anything that the Wildcats expected? Did they think that they were in the running for that, or was that a surprise?
I think it's something we expected just because it was such a historic year, but we really didn't know for sure if we were going to claim that because so many different factors go into that, not only just winning on the field, but also how well our students do GPA-wise and in their courses and just overall excellence with community service, things like that. So it wasn't a lock by any means, but I think we did feel confident as a department that we had a really good year. We moved up in the standings across the board in all of college athletics, and so I think we had a good feeling going forward.
All right, Mackenzie, well, enjoy your weekend at home, and we look forward to seeing you out on the field in a few weeks when fall camp gets rolling.
Yes, I'll see you guys then. Thanks, DK. Have a good night.
Absolutely. Mackenzie Hamilton, team reporter for Arizona Athletics. And there's a lot of teams. She covers them all and does a great job doing it. All 22 teams for your Arizona Wildcats. I mean, Mackenzie will fly back late from like a football or a football road trip because she goes on the road. Obviously, she's the sideline reporter as well. And then that next Sunday, she'll be out at women's basketball or a softball or wherever else. If there's a day game going on, I was like, man, I'm usually home sleeping, and I look up and there's Mackenzie at the event. So she does not miss a beat covering Arizona Athletics. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number. We're out here at Showtime Cards. We're going to chat with our guy George Maurice coming up. We'll break some boxes. We'll let you know what today's special is out here. Come on out and see us. We are on Speedway, just a little bit east of Craycroft on the north side of the block. So come on out. We're here till 6 o'clock today, bringing you all things trading cards and talking sports. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Valencia and Wilmot, mostly eastbound, slowing on Valencia at Wilmot. Ina west of Oracle clearing. Flowing Wells and Roger Road had some earlier road work there, mostly slowdowns for southbound Flowing Wells at Roger. There is a chance of rain, around a 25% chance of rain later this afternoon into the evening. An extreme heat warning till 8 p.m. tomorrow. 83 our low, 108 tomorrow, 107 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and
This
weather.
report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
In Tucson, a lot of people make their living on construction sites, on the road, or working in warehouses across town. If you're injured at work, you have rights. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Chumba Casino, your online casino for
Nobody covers your cats like we do. With Prescott.
Over. Terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Argentina advanced to the round of 8 in the World Cup by beating Egypt 3-2 yesterday. It took magic from Lionel Messi once again. Messi scored in the 83rd minute to tie the match. Argentina took the lead in the 2nd minute of stoppage time. I'm Chris Black.
Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GROW to borrow up to $10,000.
Join David Kelly today from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action today, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Life's busy. 30, errands, kids, work, the I-10 grind. Who's got time to sit at a detail shop?
That's why Recon Auto Detailing comes to me. Mobile detailing keeps my car spotless without losing a minute of my day.
From mobile washes to in-shop ceramic coatings, tint, and paint protection, we're Tucson's one-stop shop for keeping your ride looking new. Convenience, care, confidence, that's Recon Auto Detailing. Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is our phone number. I'd love to talk to you today about Arizona football as we get set. There are now 59 days left until the Wildcats hit the field. So we had the official 2-month mark in terms of days, not the date. The date, I believe, September 5th is the first game, but 59 days to go before the Wildcats take on NAU at Casino del Sol Stadium to start this 2026 college football season. Let's hear from Noah Fifita here. Noah Fifita had a chance to chat with ESPN's Sidney Jones at Big 12 Football Media Day today, and he talked a little bit about just being here in Tucson and what it means for him to be a part of this program, the University of Arizona, for what is going on now, his 5th season.
Yeah, being Wildcats everything. I love the city of Tucson. I love this university. They've treated me extremely well, treated my family extremely well since I committed 5 years ago. It's been a long ride. 5 years has been a long time, but couldn't have imagined it any other way. I'm super grateful.
Going off of that, what has staying allowed you to really build here that you don't think you would have been able to do had you left?
A legacy for sure. There's definitely a legacy. Being able to be here as long as I've been here, I've had a lot of opportunities. I've had a lot of opportunities to break records. I've had a lot of opportunities to win a lot of games. And now I'm coming back to do the final task. And the final task is to do something that's never been done here at the University of Arizona. That's win an outright conference championship. That's go to a Rose Bowl. And that's what we live by. That's our standard. And we believe we could do it.
You know, leadership gets thrown around a lot in sports. You mentioned it many times throughout this interview. What does being a leader look like on a daily basis for you?
Yeah, I think there's different definitions, and I've kind of been studying that myself the last 2 weeks. For me, I've always been kind of a guy that leads from the back. I try to be the last person to run out of the tunnel. I don't like a lot of the cameras, a lot of the lights. I'm not somebody that's going to stand in front of the team and be extremely vocal, but I always try to lead by example. But I think as I've seen, I kind of got to take a different approach now because, in my opinion, if I want to do something that I've never done before, I got to be willing to step into a role and do things I'm uncomfortable with. So that's being a little more vocal. That's being a little more assertive, holding people accountable. But I think it all starts with work. You got to go to work. You got to be the first person in, the last person out. You got to be the hardest worker. You got to be consistent because if you're not that, then how are you going to get some respect?
I know leadership for you extends beyond the football field. You're very well known in your community here in Tucson. So why has that become such an important part of who you are?
I think that's what my purpose is on this earth. My purpose is I'm a child of God at the end of the day. People are going to say I'm a quarterback. People are going to say I'm a football player. But at the end of the day, football is going to end for everybody. Whatever your job is, one day is going to be gone. Your house, the cars you have, at the end of the day, that's all going to be gone. So for me, I know my purpose on this earth, and that's to serve my Lord and Savior, and that's to spread the gospel. So I think serving my community in that way, serving the children, kind of trying to teach them who Christ is. That's what I try to do in my nonprofit. So I know my real purpose on this earth is to serve others and point them to Jesus Christ.
You mentioned your legacy earlier. So full circle here. What do you want to leave behind in your final season at Arizona?
Rose Bowl. That's all it is, a Rose Bowl, Big 12 championship and a Rose Bowl. That's all that matters. The records, they'll come and go. It's a great honor to be in that conversation, but being able to put a Rose Bowl and a Big 12 championship in the stadium, that'll last forever.
All right. That was Noah Fifita talking earlier today over at Big 12 Football Media Days, and you heard him mention Rose Bowl there several times when he talked about what his goals are to win a Rose Bowl. I don't know if we're going to play in a Rose Bowl. I don't know if that's even if we made the playoff, but that is the goal that he has set forward for himself and this team moving forward. We're out at Showtime Cards. Go ahead, J-Dub.
I was going to say, like I said earlier about maybe aspirational talk about the Rose Bowl. You think that that's maybe for guys like Glenn and Kelvin?
Maybe. So the historical guys, that never got that chance to play in a Rose Bowl.
Well, we all know, the goal was always the Rose Bowl every single year. Every single start of the football season for the U of A, it was always try to win the Pac-10, Pac-12, get to the Rose Bowl, win the Rose Bowl. That was always the goal, and they never did it. And so here we are 3 years after that affiliation with the Pac-12 conference and the Rose Bowl, and the winner's going, well, it's actually been more than 3 years because the college football playoff has been going on longer than that. Mm-hmm. But the idea that that's no longer an option, when I hear Noah say that, I think maybe That just decides something to do, like I said earlier, doing something that the football program has never done before. And like guys like, Kelvin Ifon and Glenn Howell have big smiles on their face, Dragon Ball, when they hear the fifth-year senior starter talk about the aspiration is putting a Rose Bowl trophy in Casino del Sol Stadium.
And not only that, but saying all that, even though he is now sitting at the top of a lot of the record books for the university. Again, this is a kid that, for all intents and purposes, he's played his college career and done everything a young player looks to do individually. And that is where a lot of young players tend to really focus on. The fact that Noah is thinking about, what do I want this team to accomplish? What do I want this city to celebrate? That's not just me. That's a big sign of a mature leader. And again, we talk about how Noah sometimes isn't necessarily the most vocal guy in the huddle. He's not the most vocal guy on the sideline in regards to the rah-rah speeches and things like that. He doesn't need to be. He leads with such a candor of eloquence to him. He has everybody believing, no, our guy's going to get us where we need to go. And guys on the defense, they're looking on the sideline saying, no one's going to get us a score here. And then we just got to protect that lead.
On that note, really quick, DK, my favorite thing is the press conferences. You talk about, he may be semi-soft-spoken or whatever, but just the idea that he never shows up after wins and always shows up after losses to take accountability for the team. I mean, I just think that says everything about him.
Well, let's hope we don't see him much at all after games this season. I've got Andrew in the house with me right now. Andrew is here at Showtime Cards. Andrew, appreciate you stopping by. What are you here to buy today?
Well, I like coming into the shop, and I'm a big part of joining in on George's online breaks at night from home. So I usually come in and I'm picking up my stuff from the online break.
Okay. So is there a sport or a card that you fancy? You mentioned your daughter's involved in
we're big Caitlin Clark fans because we're from Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So we're always chasing the WNBA and
we haven't broken any.
Cards.
George, we have not broken any WNBA boxes. Maybe we have to do that on the show today. I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's the one card box we haven't necessarily broken so far. How did you come to find Showtime Cards?
Well, to be brutally honest with you, I moved here about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And
from Iowa?
Yep,
okay.
From Iowa. Was looking for something inside because it is very hot here, and I stumbled across this place. Walked in the door, brought my kid in, and then lo and behold, a week later they were holding their customer appreciation barbecue.
Right.
And then we joined in on that, showed up all day on that Sunday and had a blast, and I've just been coming ever since.
There you go. That is awesome to hear that you guys have had a chance to come in here and experience this place. It's a great establishment for sure. George Marius and his folks here are all great people. Okay, so your daughter, does she have, you mentioned Caitlin's her favorite player. Does she have all the cards, or who would be her starting five? And what's her name, and if she had to put her starting five out there?
My daughter's name is Heidi. She's 8 years old.
Okay.
And I would have to say she would probably line up every single Caitlin Clark card we have versus picking top
Does she have
five.
all the rookie cards? Because we've learned here in our time that the rookie cards are the ones you want to have.
We're still chasing the rookie card, but we got some of the other cards from her that are pretty good.
There you go. In fact, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and we were there. We were there when the Iowa Hawkeyes were playing in the Final Four a few years ago. That weekend that they had a chance to get there. It was an incredible experience to have an event like that in your hometown for sure. And the folks that flocked in and all the fans of hers, it was really great to see that for sure. All right, so what are you going to buy today? What are you looking for today here?
Today I'm probably going to pick up a pack of Pokemon cards for the little one.
Okay,
take
Pokemon.
home for her.
Got another little one, or
same one.
Okay,
she likes Pokemon
she likes
cards
Pokemon
as well.
cards too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we broke those early on.
Yeah.
When we were coming here.
Her big question is always, is there any Caitlin Clark cards, Dad? I do my best which we like opening the packs versus buying them individually.
There
to
you
have
go.
that experience together. to go on the hunt.
Well, Andrew, I appreciate you stopping
Thank you very
by
much
and
for having me.
chatting with us. You a Wildcat fan now that you're living here?
100%. I support the Hawkeyes and the Wildcats.
There you go. All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you out maybe at a game.
All right.
this
Thank
year.
you so much for having me.
We do the show out on the mall on game day, so come stop by and see us.
Keep an eye out for y'all.
There you go.
Thank
Andrew, hanging out here at Showtime Cards. Stop on by. We're right here on Speedway, a little bit east of Craycroft. We're going to be breaking some boxes with our guy George Maries coming up here in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll let you hear from Brent Brennan. He spoke to the media today at Big 12 Conference Media Days, and we'll let you hear what he has to say about the young man that he's got leading his offense into this 2026 season. Dragon Ball is back in studio. He's got everything happening in sports today here in Southern Arizona, as well as sports around the world.
Well, looking elsewhere on the Arizona campus, softball has now filled out their entire staff. They now have the addition of assistant coach Daniel Gibson Wharton, who will be replacing Amber Freeman. Wharton, a former ASU Sun Devil, was the NFCA Freshman of the Year finalist there before she transferred over to Arkansas. Last season, Wharton was the hitting coach for Cal, where she helped Ania Toga earn all-ACC third-team recognition with a .345 average, and the team hitting about .270 with 50 home runs on the year. So welcome aboard there, Coach Wharton. Meanwhile, we mentioned all three of the major re-signings for the Suns, and today General Manager Brian Gregory spoke on all three of those key players, focuses on Jordan Goodwin's hustle, Mark Williams' consistent improvement, and finally calling Gillespie's indispensable depth that he provided last year, considering that he got 2 major injuries to start out his career. Gillespie was very proud to have finally earned a major contract with the team.
For me, special moment. Obviously, I believed in myself at a high level. There's a lot of other people that did too, behind the scenes, former coaches, obviously family, friends. But from the outside perspective, probably not a lot of people, obviously, coming into the league and whatnot. But I always believed it at a high level, and I think that's the most important thing. If you yourself believe it, then you can kind of do whatever you want to. So it was a special moment, obviously, reflecting back my journey, going through the G League. 2 major injuries, one at the end of my college career, one as soon as I got into the NBA. So kind of just didn't quit, and now here we are.
Again, Gillespie initially signed a 2-way contract back in 2024 with the Suns, and fellow signee Jordan Goodwin also claimed off the waivers last summer. Brenton Sorsby drama continuing, but now will be focusing on his time at the University of Cincinnati, with the NCAA sending out a letter of inquiry to the University of Cincinnati to investigate Sorsby's time with the Bearcats, who are already going to be suing Sorsby for a breach of contract following his transfer to Texas Tech. The University of Cincinnati and head coach Scott Satterfield both declined to comment on the letter of inquiry at Big 12 Media Day, but Satterfield also saying the Red Raiders were among multiple schools that had contacted Sorsby about transferring before the 2025 season had ended. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches' shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collision far out south on I-19 on southbound I-19 south of Palo Parado. Also collision in town reported at Valencia and Wilmot. 22nd Street remains closed between Tucson Boulevard and Cherry Bellstra Avenue. Could use Broadway or Aviation Parkway instead. There is a chance of some showers, about a 20% chance of rain, maybe around 6 tonight. An extreme heat warning until 8 p.m. tomorrow. 83 our low, 108 tomorrow, 107 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Trouble sleeping lately? Upgrade to the great sleep you deserve at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of top brands and let their sleep experts help you narrow it down. They make sleep easy.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches' shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Fresh paint inside, fresh flowers outside. Summer at your house is looking good. During July 4th deals at Lowe's, buy one, get one free. Select interior paint via mail-in rebate. Plus, get 2 1.5-gallon red, white, and blue annual hanging baskets for just $20. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See store at Lowe's.com for details and requirements. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank. Member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GROW to borrow up to $10,000.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals.
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Your business isn't a science experiment. So at Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute with a proven framework delivering results 25% better than industry standards. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tune to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at iccu.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, we're coming to you live from Showtime Cards here on Speedway. We're just a little bit east of Craycroft. It is Wild Card Wednesday. Stop on by. We got all kinds of things happening. Our guy, George Maurice, is going to be joining us here right now. And, George, always great to have the opportunity to chat with you. First and foremost, last time we were here, you were dealing with a little bit of a baseball injury situation. Are you back off the IL?
Yes, I'm back. I'm ready to go. Unfortunately, they're seeding the grass over there, so we're off for 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks. So it's kind of good. I'm going to fully recover.
It's extended All-Star break.
or something like
right.
that. My goodness.
Yep.
That's a long time to be off.
And we're hot. We're in first place. We're tied, so we're ready to rock and roll, and they're doing that to us. But one of these days, I think we're going to get you in there to sub out. What do you think, DK?
I think I got to get my arm going. I got to get my arm, maybe do some long toss, but I could be ready for that.
He's right. That's
sure.
one of the main things. The arm. Obviously, you got to get the timing right at the plate. So it's baseball is one of those games where you have to kind of put in some practice.
Yeah,
you can't just go out there and shoot a basketball.
No. We have reached the quarterfinal round of the FIFA World Cup. Have you had a chance to check out any of the matches? I was on vacation the last week and a half, and my wife and I watched that Argentina-Cape Verde game the other night, which was just
That's insane. I can't believe they came back and did that. This has been probably the best, not just World Cup, but probably the best tournament I've ever seen. In all sports.
Wow.
I mean, it's been tremendous.
In all sports.
In all sports.
Wow.
The play of the teams, the stars, and that's one of the things I think the U.S. I mean, I know we have Pulisic, but he really didn't show up. You know, I'm sure you guys. He really didn't show up. Mexico was lacking a superstar, but all the other countries have some kind of superstar. Whether it's France with Mbappe. Messi, Argentina, the kid
Haaland from
Holland,
exactly.
Yamal. Every team left has a big superstar, and Mexico is lacking. And I think U.S.'s star didn't show up, so they're kind of gone.
It's interesting because that's one of the things that we've kind of been talking about is how the stars really showed up in this tournament. But yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, Pulisic was hurt, and unfortunately for him, that really slowed his ability to step up in this tournament.
I think so. I mean, the U.S. that last game was perhaps their worst game. It was their worst game.
So now we had a young man, Andrew, who came on the last segment, was talking with us, and he mentioned that his daughter is really into the WNBA. And I said to myself, we've not popped any WNBA boxes.
I know,
what is the market for the WNBA in terms of trading cards?
It's great. As a matter of fact, someone came in today. He was asking for a case of WNBA. I didn't even have a box to sell him.
Wow.
That's how quick it sells out. Panini's the only producer of it. They put out only about 10 products, which seems like a lot, but realistically, it's not a lot of products, and they sell out pretty quick. And you're right. We haven't opened one. I'd love to, but I am going to save the next release for us, and we'll do one live on the air.
So is it very similar to the way the NBA does their boxes in terms of how they produce it for Panini?
Absolutely. But they just this is all new for them as well. They used to put out 2 products a year, and now they're up to 10.
Wow.
That seems like a lot, but NBA probably puts out 25.
Jeez.
So there's plenty, and then our market has really exploded with the amount of collectors, the ages of the collectors. So we cannot keep up with the demand. It's incredible.
We're joined by George Maurice. He is the owner out here at Showtime Cards. Okay, so George, we always have some type of a special going on for the folks. What do we got today?
Today, we're going to go back to soccer. We have Panini Prism World Cup, which the Prism's kind of like the Topps Chrome. It's a chromium card, and we're going to open one of these boxes. These are the blaster boxes. They retail at $99.99, and we're going to do them
$99.99 just for a box like this.
For a box like that.
Wow.
The hobby box is $999.99. So it's the box is $1,000 or the blaster's $100. Yeah. And we're almost sold out of the hobby. But these are going to be.
So now what's the difference between, you mentioned the hobby box. What is a hobby box?
The hobby box, you're going to get 1 autograph guaranteed. This one, you get a chance for autograph. You're going to get, I believe, 7 numbered cards and 20 prisms in the hobby. You can also get the case hits. And they actually put 4 case hits in it this year. One of our customers opened one, and he pulled a Messi, and it was valued at $3,000.
Wow.
I think I actually have the picture of it. Yeah. So yes, you're playing with a lot of money, $1,000, but he had a $3,000 card.
So
and if you get that graded, it could be.
So when he pops that box and he sees that card,
Does he immediately show it to you, and you look to see what the value is? How did he know what the value of it was?
Yeah, we were opening it. It was actually 4th of July. They had ordered some, and I took it over to the 4th of July party. I mean, even my friends had never thought about collecting now. So we opened the box together. He opened it, and he knew it was a case hit. So obviously we sleeved it up, and after we finished opening all the cards, we looked it up. And then he did know it was a big card. We didn't know it was a $3,000 card. Perhaps if they win, it could be a $5,000 card.
Wow.
Because it's kind of like player performance. If they do well, he wins this tournament.
2 more games could raise the value of that card by $2,000.
It could almost literally double the card. Yes.
Wow.
Yep. And that would be, they won it last time as well. So that'd be back to back. And he goes out as the GOAT.
So then if you're the gentleman that got that card, obviously he wants to hold. How long does he want to hold on to that card for, generally?
He does want to keep it, obviously, to the end of the tournament, but he wants to grade it. The card is clean enough to get it graded. He gets a gem at 10. These are best case scenarios. He gets a gem at 10. They win the tournament. $15,000, $20,000 card.
So now, who are the people that grade these cards? Like, where are they located? Like, are they
PSA.
all over the country, or is
no,
it
Huntington Beach, California.
Huntington Beach, California.
Yes.
So, what do you send? Do you send the card there, and like by express mail or something of that nature?
Yeah, you want to keep it going. I mean, they're high value. Some people are like, I don't trust the mail, but we send cards in every week or every other week. Knock on wood, nothing ever happens, and they receive them, they grade them, and send it back to us.
$3,000.
Could be a $20,000 card.
Wow. That would be a lot.
I know.
That would be a lot for sure.
And that's the fun, the thrill. So now he's watching the game. He's rooting for Argentina. He's going for Messi. It's just all because he owns that card.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's one of the greatest players in the world. We saw that yesterday with him getting that equalizing goal as the clock was expiring.
That was insane.
Yeah.
It just so we're going to do these. They're $99. I'm going to do them at $85. And then, like we always do, we leave the special on for a couple of days.
Okay, so the Prism, this is the Prism FIFA World Cup 2026 box. Normally $99.99, $85.
$85.
Now, why not $84.99?
We can do $84. DK's getting into the retailing.
That's the one retail. Why is that? I remember the first time I asked somebody that question. Why is it always something 99?
That's the retailing secret. They teach you in business.
All right, so let's pop this bad box open and see what we've got. So this has 6 packs?
6 packs.
6 packs in it. Okay. I'll give you one.
So 6 packs, 6 prisms, exclusive pink wave prisms, and then look for autographs.
All right.
Hopefully we get something.
Let's see if I get it. If I get a Messi autograph here, I'm gonna be in on cloud 9 here. All right. Let's see what I got. I got
with his luck, he might get one.
I got Karem art. So and it's interesting because, like you said, you want to be careful. So, like, when you open, let's go over I don't know if we ever talked about this. When you open a box, like, how should you be handling it initially? Like, you don't want to, because, like, Cricket was laughing at me the one time we opened a box, and she's like, you're putting fingerprints all over the card. And I'm like, I was like, because you kind of just maybe want to hold it, like, the edges like this.
Absolutely right. By the edges.
Is there a way you want to hold these when you open them, put it in the palm of your hand like that, and just kind of gradually take the cards off? I'm just like, me, I'm like playing cards over here like this, and that's
so
not
she's
the
right.
best,
You don't want to do that. Yeah, she's absolutely right. And that's a good question. Some people don't know how to hold them. So usually I like to hold them by the edge, side to side, and then I grab the top edges.
And
then I just move the card.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I got Karem. I'm not even going to try to pronounce all these names. We'll just say Karem from Turkey because everybody goes by one name anyway, right? In terms of soccer. I got Joel Ordonez from Ecuador. All right, that's a rookie card right there. So
that's nice.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know much about Joel Ordonez. J-Dub, if you recognize any of these names, feel free to chime in. Back in the studio, Marc-Andre.
Yeah, I'll have Dragon Ball in that too.
Yeah,
okay. I'll look at that.
Marc-Andre Ter Stegen from Germany.
They got
and
bounced early.
that's one of those wave cards. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Verstegen's a name I know.
Okay.
Verstegen, I do know that's a name.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an F1 driver, right?
Sounds like it. Yep. From Germany. And these are their country cards. So this is the international ones. Sometimes they have the club cards.
And John Stone from England, they are still playing. So that could be a guy we could be seeing score a goal or two in the quarterfinals. So there were only, how many? There were only 4 cards in this box? So there's only 4 cards in these boxes.
24 cards per box.
Wow.
$99. Yeah, that England card could be something. That was a tremendous match against Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
I have, I don't even want to pronounce these either. Uzbekistan, Austin Urznov, that's his rookie card. Martin Bataruina, and that's a Ray Wave card. This is a special insert. It's called a Screamers. And the inserts, they look kind of different. The Ray Waves we're talking, it's similar to the base card, but it's a parallel. They just add a little.
I want to see that other wave card.
Okay.
Because my card, it looks like it's. So what are the way? Because like this one looks like it's got like circles.
Like the hex. Yeah.
Like kind of like the what you would see on a soccer ball, only smaller.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, is there?
That's a different parallel.
Is there a science to the waves that they?
Yeah, there is.
Put on these.
Yeah, there is. They have all kinds of names on these. So I did get the Screamer, Ricardo Pepe from the U.S.
Ooh.
That's a nice insert. And Canada's Alphonso Davies. That's their star. So it wasn't a bad pack. This stuff is fun. I like it.
All right. Should we do one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do one more each as we get set to go to break here.
So these are the case hits. We're looking for New Prismania and Alter Ego.
Okay, I got to make sure I'm handling this correctly here. I don't want to smudge up my cards and get Cricket all mad at me. All right, Lucas Bergvall from Sweden. Lucas Bergvall. That name sounds familiar to me. Okay, I've got Vargas from Mexico, Obed Vargas from L3 Couleur. And let's see, I got Mehdi from Iran. That's a
parallel.
Card. And that's a rookie card too.
Nice.
So it's a rookie card and a prism card.
Yep.
And I got Nico from Germany. So I got a bunch of German cards, guys, that they couldn't even get out of the first game of the knockout round. So I so far don't have anything that's signed. Dang.
Nope. Or we want to get a colored, a numbered. Yeah. South Africa, Thibaut Mokina.
Thibaut, all right.
Thibaut. That's just a base card. Scotland's Andy Robertson. And that's one of the parallels. Nico Paz from Argentina. That's a nice card. This is the new era.
All right. I think I've heard of Nico.
And Austria, Conrad Lemar.
Lemar. There we go.
All right.
All right. So we did not get anything that was signed, though, in these first 2 boxes.
Nothing signed. No case hits. Nothing to write home about. But
that's
not that $3,000 card.
That's the beauty of it.
But we keep going. You're right.
All right. So when we come back later on, we're going to open up some elite baseball cards. We've got the Major League Baseball All-Star Game coming up. I was in Philadelphia this past week, and they are all excited about the I actually I've been to 3 All-Star games, and one of the 3 All-Star games I went to was in Philadelphia back in, I believe it was 1977, 76, 77. I can't remember the exact year it was, but yeah, they're excited about the All-Star game coming up.
Oh, yeah, that's big
next
time
Tuesday
over there.
night in Philadelphia. All right, George Marius will be coming back with us a little bit later in the show. DK on the Sports Tip coming to you live from Showtime Cards. Come on by. We've got the Prism FIFA World Cup boxes, normally $99.99, but you can get them for $84.99. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. Collision Tangerine east of I-10 and some slowing on westbound Tangerine approaching I-10. Roadwork on Grant east of Country Club to Swan. You could use Pima instead. And also at Grant and Alvernon, travels down to 1 lane each direction. No left turns permitted. Grant Road and Alvernon Way. And I'm Cricket, and your weather. There is a chance of some showers, around a 25% chance of rain into this evening. An extreme heat warning until tomorrow at 8 p.m. 83 our low, 108 tomorrow, 107 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, finding high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Hey there, pizza and ice cream lovers! Get excited because Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream is now open at the Oro Valley Marketplace. We've got something for everyone: a private party room, arcade, golf simulator, and even a coin-operated train to keep the little ones entertained. Hungry? Dive into our weekday lunch buffet or have a leisurely Sunday brunch with a stunning view of Push Ridge. Be sure to ask about our new secret menu launching in July, featuring all things watermelon. If you can't stop in,
1 minute.
Enjoy free delivery through August, and now delivering to our friends in Saddlebrook. Catch every minute of the International Soccer Tournament on our more than 25 TVs. That's Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream at the Oro Valley Marketplace. Come for the pizza, stay for the fun.
And this Friday, we've got a Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream sweet deal for you. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Good evening, ma'am.
30.
We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good. No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We're coming to you live from Showtime Cards here on Speedway, just east of Craycroft. We've got Prism FIFA World Cup boxes for you here. You get 6 packs, 4 to a pack. These are prized possessions. And this box, normally $99.99. You can get it for $84.99 today and through the next couple of days out here at Showtime Cards.
Is George Murray still around that area?
He's actually back to work now.
When he comes back, I found that cricket promo that you were talking about earlier, so we can play it for him later.
There you go. There you go. Let's hear from the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Brent Brennan, at Big 12 Media Days today in Frisco, Texas, as the head coach met with reporters.
Good morning. Appreciate everybody being here. Want to thank Commissioner Yormark and all the people of the Big 12 for putting on a big-time day for us here. Our players and myself and our administration are really excited to be here. Before I get into the questions, I'd just like to give you all a little bit of an idea of kind of where we're at, a little bit of framework with Arizona football going on year 3. In year 1, we took over a little bit late, and it was kind of chaotic. And it was all about stabilizing the program, retaining players, trying to build a roster, trying to start building a culture. And then in year 2, I think we made some real positive moves. We added some new leadership with an offensive and defensive coordinator and special teams coordinator. We were able to retain some of our high-profile players. And it was all about establishing our culture of Redline. And for us, Redline is effort, execution, and accountability. And as we move forward through that second year, we made sure everybody knew exactly what that meant. We made sure everybody's expectations of how we were going to move as a program and the alignment we were going to be in was steadfast and absolute lockstep. And I think the good thing that happened through that process was we played better football. Through our process, we ended up, winning 9 games and, getting to a great postseason bowl game. And so now as we're going into year 3, how does that thing change? And I think about Redline is always going to be the standard for everything we do. But there's some other things that I think are really kind of pushing into that space for us. And that would be, our commitment, our toughness, and momentum. We got to capitalize on the momentum of last season. And I feel like we've been doing that with a really strong offseason, some really good recruiting, and some really, some high-level stuff with our administration and also our donor base and our fan base. And so that momentum, well, that speaks to the players that you're going to hear from today. They're going to be able to give you a great indication of where we are as a program and how we're moving forward. But that commitment, we're starting to see that commitment from our administration, our donor base, and our fans. And that's what's really exciting. I think that's one of those things as we came into the Big 12, that was new. New opponents, new venues, new competition, teams that our people weren't familiar with. And now that we're 2 years in, they're starting to get an idea of what those games feel like and how intense this conference is. And I think that makes it fun because you're looking at a conference that I think everybody has a chance to win. And we've had good teams over the years at the University of Arizona. We've had good coaches. We've had good players. But we're trying to build a sustainable, consistent winning program at the U of A. That's the goal. And that's what we're all lockstep trying to do with our athletics director, Desiree Reed-Francois, and the players and the coaches we have on staff. I'm incredibly fortunate to have the people that are with me on this journey. And I can't wait to get started in about 2.5 weeks. So I'm ready for your questions now. Bear down.
We'll start with center right, first row.
Hey, Coach. Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Wanted to ask you how, with seeing your guys get drafted, how were you and your staff energized and really able to continue that recruiting process and also to keep the momentum going, as you mentioned, as far as continuing to build that culture at Arizona?
Yeah, I think the excitement when you have 4 guys drafted, obviously the questions from our fans are like, how are you going to replace those guys, right? Because those guys were all really good players. But also, it's exciting for the program, but I think it also speaks to the coaching staff and the strength and conditioning staff. and like what those men do to help prepare those players for that NFL opportunity. And I think that's what helped us more in the recruiting process, is that, those players could speak to their development as part of being a part of the Arizona football program, who trained them, who coached them, and what their process was like there, and how that had a benefit in helping them get ready for the National Football League.
Center right, second row.
Coach Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Looking at your quarterback, Noah, just everything that he's done up to this point, he's passed Nick Foles with career passing touchdowns, and he's about to do it in career passing yards. What he's meant to you on the field, but then also more importantly, off the field as a leader.
I think we're incredibly blessed to have a quarterback like Noah Fifita that definitely has a Heisman resume. And when I think about, and some of you all can check that data in front of you, because I think we passed out a resume to everybody in the building. But Noah Fifita is the best story in college football. He's an incredibly good football player, but he's also this rare human being that chooses the right things every day. He's a man of great faith. He's a great teammate. He's a great leader. He's super engaged in our community, right? He's got a nonprofit. Like, he always finds ways to do extra to give. And I think that's rare in today's day and age. I think so many kids are just taking all the time, and I get it. That's the culture, that's life. But this young man, he doesn't only kick ass on Saturdays, he kicks ass every single day of the week. And he is as special as it gets.
Right side, fourth row.
David Collier, ABC Lubbock. Coach, you mentioned the coordinators that you brought in. What has impressed you about Seth Dagey and what he did with, and also, sorry, Mike died on it, what he did with Noah and what he can do in his second year with this offense?
Coach Dagey's been an incredible addition to our football staff. I believe we're really very fortunate to have him at the University of Arizona. It was interesting when I brought Coach Dagey in to talk about the job. I felt like we had just like an instant connection. I felt like we saw the world a little bit similarly. I felt like, we were both passionate about the development of young people, and the football's the football, but there's this whole other piece that we're responsible for as coaches that doesn't get talked about very often. And so Seth and I got off to a great start. And then he spent some time with Noah, and I've just seen that relationship grow and continue to grow. And Noah, I just talked about how special he is, but he's also special in his preparation. He's special in his process, right? He attacks that. And Coach Dagey's a perfect guy for it, having played the position at a high level. He's also, Coach Dagey, as you know, is also a very assertive leader. And so that's helped Noah grow in that leadership department. So now I think we're fortunate going into the second year with Coach Dagey, and the second year for Noah having the same coordinator is critical, because this is the first time he's had that in his college football career. So my expectations for both Noah and Seth Dagey could not be any higher. And I can't wait to get started, like I said at the beginning of this talk.
Center right, second row.
Coach Lynn Harrington, Stay Alive Power 5. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right. So I wanted to talk to you about your linebacker, Tay Brown. He was the second leading tackler last season, over 90-plus stops. Can you talk about the leader he is and what kind of value he brings to your defense?
Tay Brown is the player on our football team that is the absolute definition of red line. That execution part, that 100 miles an hour, 100% of the time, that is Tay Brown in practice and in game every single day. And it's awesome because he gives every player on our team a consistent picture of what playing your tail off looks like every single rep. I mean, he really is the standard, right? So from that way, all of our players get to see, okay, here's this player that's a really good dude. He's a good student. He's super productive. And then on top of that, he plays harder than almost everybody on the team, right? Because if there's probably some other guys you'll talk to today that would argue who plays harder. But when you turn on the tape, it's Tay. And so that leadership, that consistency of performance, how he puts that out there every day, is incredibly compelling for our entire football team.
Center left, second row.
Hi, Coach. Kennedy Hardeman with D210 Sports. So in your opening statement, you spoke on sustainability. I wanted to know, what pillars do you put within your team to maintain a sustainable winning season?
Okay, that is a huge question, and I'm not sure we have all day, but I'm going to try and give you what I got, okay? For starters, like, we are big believers in controlling what we can control, right? And what we can control is our process, right? We don't control the outcomes, right? But we can control our process. So that is where it starts for us every single day with our players. In terms of how we build that over time, our model at our place is going to be much more developmental, more high school players, and then focused on retention, once as they go through their process of development. Will we bat 1,000? No. No one will. You know what I mean? But I think as long as we are focused on our process and really diving into that daily, attaching that red line standard to our process, we have a chance for the outcomes we want. And so that's kind of how we're built.
Center right in the back.
Mitch Harper, KSL Sports. Brent, you talked about how the Arizona fans are getting familiar with new opponents, and one of those annual teams has been BYU the past 2 years. Week 2, you face BYU. Just maybe your thoughts on a big Big 12 matchup early in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure Kalani would tell you the same thing. We hate it that early. But no, obviously it's going to be a big-time football game, and especially coming off, we had an incredible double overtime game with them a year ago. We have tremendous respect for Kalani and that staff and what they've done at BYU. And I think that's going to be one of those ones where you're going on the road. It's a tough venue. You're playing against an outstanding football team. It's going to be like everybody in America should watch that game. It's going to be one of the best games of the whole weekend, the best games of the first month of college football. And so we can't wait. We're going to be excited to play by the time we get to it.
Center left, third row.
Hey, Brent, Colin Wilson with the Action Network.
What's up?
Protection of Noah Fifita is paramount this season. You've had turnover at offensive line and tight end position. Is this the number one thing to address in fall camp? And are there any emerging leaders right now?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm really excited about where we're at in the offensive line. I think the retention of Alexander Deuce and Tristan Bounds, Matt Lotto. I think, there's some new players that have come in there. Zach Henning joined us through the portal. So I think we're excited about that. We did lose some good players up front, and we love those guys were outstanding for us. But I think we replaced them with some players that can step right in and do a good job of filling that. Obviously, we got work to do, but that's going to be something that we're going to address. And protecting Noah Fifita is, I think sometimes people think about protecting the quarterback solely being about pass protection, but it's as much about your effectiveness running the football as it is about your ability to just drop back and throw it. So I think that's one of those things with as we get into fall camp, we had a great spring with those guys. And it was good because Tristan was coming back from a postseason surgery situation. So some of those other young players got to get some valuable reps. And so we feel like we've got some good depth there and then some good additions in the tight end room. We're excited about that front. That front 6-7 guys is going to be a lot of fun.
Center left in the back.
Hey, Coach. This is Jason Phillips with Dogs.com. My question is, with so much changing in college football, what's one coaching principle that you have refused to change because you believe it still wins?
One coaching principle that I've refused to change?
Yes, sir.
We're moving forward together, and if you're not with us, there's the door.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your time today, and good luck this season.
Bear down.
All right, there you heard. If you're not moving forward with us, there's the door. Head coach Brent Brennan today at Big 12 Media Days in Frisco, Texas.
He also had a bit of a sit down. We pull. Hopefully, we'll be able to play it later in the week with the studio crew there, DK, and he went into a little bit more depth into that because he talked about how Arizona, needs to be, and he's talked about this quite a bit, but how their focus is recruiting high school athletes and training them up and teaching people how to be young men, teaching them how to be great football players on the field. And so that's the retention of, we saw it when Jed left. That's been a big talking point here the last 3 years, but the idea of in the NIL era, Dragon Ball briefly, keeping those athletes that you had last year and had great success, or those who are coming in waiting in the wings to fill into some of those positions and have promise, keeping those guys on campus has got to be the ultimate goal. And clearly that's what Coach Brennan talks about.
Well, it's no question. I mean, the NFL model has always been draft and supplement with free agency, which is, kind of the equivalent of what the transfer portal is. I don't know if you can build teams through the transfer portal. You still have to be able to recruit high school kids. You still have to be able to have that base line to build your program around, and then you supplement with what you can get and what your needs are in the transfer portal.
Did you guys hear what Cody had to say today?
Cody,
I didn't catch.
He said, what are you guys, stupid? Why don't you have a $4 billionaire fund your athletic department like we do?
Cody Cameron, is that who we're referring to there?
Texas Tech, yeah. So
exactly.
he basically just said, we're the leaders. Everybody has to follow us in our model. They had the biggest NIL budget for their football team last year, I think, outside of Austin.
Right.
But today he basically just said, get a person who's worth $4 billion to fund your athletic department. It's so easy. Like, okay, cool.
There you go.
Cool, bro. We'll do it.
Exactly. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We're coming to you live from Showtime Cards here on Speedway. We'll break some more boxes. Come on down and get the FIFA World Cup Prism box, $99.99. Normally, you can get it for $84.99 today during our show, as well as for the next couple of days here at Showtime Cards. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collision Tangerine near I-10 east of I-10 on Tangerine with some westbound slowing. Bilby and Nogales. Nogales Highway in Bilby has been reported as a brush fire. Chance of rain, maybe about a 20% chance of rain a little bit later, like into this evening. An extreme heat warning until 8 p.m. tomorrow. 83 going to be our low. 108 tomorrow. 107 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather.
This
together.
report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights. Nobody covers your Cats like we do. With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Once upon a time, our family had trouble with pests around our home. Did you know that stinging insects send tons of people to the hospital? And teeny ticks and mosquitoes can be all around the yard. Their bites can make people and their pets sick. Mice, rats, and roaches need food and water just like us. You do not want them to visit. They can spread disease and make it hard to breathe. I'm sure glad this story has a happy ending.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we were talking about? Doing a lot of around-the-house work. New tub. We had to break up the concrete, reset the pipe.
You're going to start your own show?
Not a chance. I'm not a big HGTV guy.
How much of that work are you doing yourself?
The stripping was kind of my job. I ended up taking
stripping?
I took
You're
out the
stripping?
linoleum. I stripped out the
Am
linoleum.
I not paying you enough money that you got to strip for a living? DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's 72-hour sale is happening now. Save up to 72% off on top brands, with queens starting at $149.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
When I found out my son was smoking weed, I thought it was just part of adolescence.
But then I found out how powerful weed is now.
When teens use vapes or dabs, the potency can be 80 to 100% THC.
Use of high THC products by youth can cause hallucinations, cannabis-induced psychosis,
and come with increased risks of suicidal thoughts,
planning, and attempts.
Just Say No, KNOW. Go to justsayno.org today for the facts.
A public service message from Johnny's Ambassadors.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
Zach Wheeler with 5 strikeouts through the first 2 innings tonight.
Swing and a miss. That's 12 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler.
Incredible. Just punching tickets left and right.
It's 13 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler tonight. One away from matching his career high in the pitch. Swing and a miss. He just matched his career high. 14 strikeouts through 7 innings for Zach Wheeler. An absolutely dominant performance. How dominant has Zach Wheeler been?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of the best free agent signings, not just of the Phillies, all 4 sports in Philadelphia that this city has ever seen.
How about those Phillies? I looked up. I was in Philadelphia, really South Jersey, which is, technically suburban Philadelphia last week. And I looked up, and the Phillies were 9 games above 500. Remember, they were 10 games under 500 when they fired Topper. Rob Thompson, their manager, back early in the season, inserted one Don Mattingly, and that has really proven well for this team as they are now 10 games over 500. Are the Fightin' Phils, and they are right in contention once again in the National League's East Division.
Well, to be fair,
2 games behind the Braves.
They play the Mets a lot, right?
They play the Mets a lot, and they seem to trade back and forth with the Braves every so often. But Now, I think what needed to happen, though, is someone needed to tell Zach Wheeler that he got snubbed for the All-Star game more often, because
pretty much
he got very agitated when he was asked about not being an All-Star. He says it teed him off, and it's kind of BS, quote-unquote.
Yeah.
And I think he made it the problem of the Reds in that particular afternoon.
Yeah, 14 strikeouts last night for Zach Wheeler. So we only needed him to be over 7.5 to get our win on that one. So he hit that one out of the park with 14 Ks. That was coming off a 10 strikeout performance, 7 innings, 1 run on 4 hits. He did not walk a batter, gave up a home run. That was the only Eugenio Suarez, thank you very much, because Eugenio is on my fantasy team. He was the only one that got to Zach Wheeler there in that last inning. No walks, 14 Ks through just 104 pitches as the Phillies won last night 4-1. So we did win on that one. We won $12.90 on that plus 100 bet to get Zach Wheeler over 7.5 strikeouts. We did not, however, win yesterday on Wilier Abreu to get over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for the Red Sox. He came into that game hitting .361 against left-handed pitchers. The Red Sox won that game big, 8-1, but Wilier Abreu only had 1 run scored and went hitless in 3 plate appearances with a walk. So we did not get over the necessary 1.5 there. So we split last night there. Also today, we already had a bet on the table in the Wimbledon over at the All England Lawn and Croquet Club in London, England. So we had Flavio Cobelli out of Italy, 5.5 games, over 5.5 games won in his match against the wild card Arthur Ferry, the wild card from Great Britain. Well, guess what? The wild card from Great Britain is the story right now at Wimbledon. He absolutely buried Flavio Cobelli today, 6-4, 7-6, 6-0 in the final set. So if you're counting the games at home, Flavio Cobelli only won 10-19 for Arthur Ferry. So we did not win on that bet there.
How are you going to pass up an opportunity to say love, though?
Yeah, I did, didn't I? 6-love is what I should have said there for sure. So that's what we had. And essentially we were, because that game was this morning, so we had to talk about that yesterday. So we went 1 for 2, the win on Zach Wheeler, but losing on the tennis and the Wilier Abreu. What do we have today for you? How about some more baseball? Let's find out.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Tails Cincinnati's Mr. Burns. The Reds' young gun sports a 10.69 K per 9 this season at 17 starts. He's punched out at least 8 in 7 of those. Facing Philadelphia's free swingers, a group top 10 in K rate the last 2 weeks, the young ace should miss ample bats. Give me the over. Burns, strikeouts, no matter the number. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so we're going back to the Phils and the Reds series tonight and taking the pitcher on the other side, Chase Burns. This game is already underway, so you can't bet it anymore. But they are in the top of the 3rd inning. The Phils are leading 2-0, so we need Chase Burns over, I believe it's 7.5 strikeouts tonight. It was the line. You need him over 7.5 strikeouts, which was the same line as we had with Zach Wheeler last night. Right now, through 3 innings of work, Chase Burns has struck out 2 in 2 innings, actually 2 innings of work. He struck out 2 as he is currently out there pitching the top of the 3rd right now. So we could get that with Chase Burns tonight, although he is down currently in that game 2-0. Also, tomorrow, the World Cup will resume, and we've got a bet for you on that as well. Morocco, and I can't, this is, again, soccer's a bit confusing. I haven't actually found the line on this particular bet, but they said it was at even money, I do believe. Morocco to score in regular time is the bet there. Now, I may have to go, I've been looking through the bet sheet here for this particular match, and I can't seem to find that particular bet, Morocco to score in regular time, but that is the play. That is the play tomorrow for them to get a goal in regular time. If I can find that before the show is over, I'll let you know what the number is on that in terms of that bet. But take Morocco to score in regular time.
Well, I mean, the way France has been playing, like you would imagine Morocco's going to be on their heels a bit because the French attack is just, I mean, they got it. It's coming from all angles right now, Dragon Ball.
Yeah, no, France, 5 straight wins in their last 5 games. And then Morocco, their 4 straight wins. There was a draw just before that 4-win streak. But again, you're looking at Kylian Mbappe, 7 goals already on the year. I believe the best score is you have a bunch of ties for 1 goal right now on Morocco's side. So needless to say, there's a lot of opportunity to score on France's side. Morocco has to get a very specific attack if they want to have a chance to get one over on the French.
Yeah, they also have last year's Ballon d'Or winner on that side as well. So.
520-848-1290. Those are your Westwood One top plays for today. All right, we've got 2 hours in the books. We've got much more coming up for you in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll get your Diamondbacks download straight ahead as well. They lost last night in San Diego, so they're looking to get back. That's a 4-game series, so tonight will be game 3 in that series. Mercury, we thought they were maybe turning the corner, but they lost another game at home. We'll dive into that as well for you coming up. And, yes, I hate to tell you this, but as we were speaking about tennis there, an American man is not going to win Wimbledon once again this year. Dragon Ball has everything happening in sports in Southern Arizona, as well as sports around the world.
Well, again, Big 12 Media Days finished up today. Arizona football finally got their chance to go ahead and speak. Brennan and a group of player representatives were there on hand to begin their rounds, and a certain something else was making waves at the Big 12 Media Days. Coach Brennan announced that they were very candid about his opinion on Noah Fifita's chances to win the Heisman Trophy, and there has even been a Heisman campaign flyer going around at the stadium out in Frisco, Texas, so be on the lookout for that. Meanwhile, all the scoring for the Padres and Diamondbacks happened in the first inning, but unluckily for Arizona, San Diego turned out to be the ones with a majority of that scoring, as it was a help by a big homer by Jake Cronenworth.
Cronenworth to deep right, down the line towards the pole. It is gone into the crowd zone. 3-run home run for Jake Cronenworth. Padres take a 4-1 lead.
Front field good. 4-seam fastball, middle in. Turns on it. Keeps it fair. Boy, he has been seeing the ball really well lately. Couple of hits last night. Jackson likes it.
Again, the game ended up in a 4-1 loss for the D-backs, and they now go into game 3 of the 4-game trip out in San Diego. Righty Jose Cabrera set to start against Michael King at 7 p.m. tonight. And some word out of the World Cup, the FBI is now investigating the Argentinian Football Association and their activities with reports of alleged money laundering and fraud of up to $300 million. Again, the Argentine Football Association is currently under the investigation, with a focus being on any money laundering and financial irregularities connected to the AFA's business operations in the United States, with irregularities connected to the AFA's business operations in the U.S., with Argentine newspaper La Nación saying that the investigators are looking at commercial agreements and financial arrangements tied to the AFA. This is not unheard of for the AFA. Just last December, Argentine authorities raided their headquarters and numerous clubs as a part of another money laundering and tax evasion investigation involving a local financial firm there. I'm Dragon Ball with your 2020 Sports Update on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slam it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. With collisions reported 29th at I-10, reported on 29th Street at I-10. Some slowing eastbound I-10 frontage road at 29th Street. Also earlier wrecked Tangerine east of I-10. Hey, just a heads up, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 5 p.m. for East Central Pima County. And an extreme heat warning until 8 p.m. tomorrow. 83 our low, 108 tomorrow, 106 now. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slap it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Hey there, pizza and ice cream lovers! Get excited because Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream is now open at the Oro Valley Marketplace. We've got something for everyone. A private party room, arcade, golf simulator, and even a coin-operated train to keep the little ones entertained. Hungry? Dive into our weekday lunch buffet or have a leisurely Sunday brunch with a stunning view of Push Ridge. Be sure to ask about our new secret menu launching in July, featuring all things watermelon. If you can't stop in, enjoy free delivery through August, and now delivering to our friends in Saddlebrook. Catch every minute of the International Soccer Tournament on our more than 25 TVs. That's Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream at the Oro Valley Marketplace. Come for the pizza, stay for the fun.
And this Friday, we've got a Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream sweet deal for you. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUP Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
Kay on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, we're coming to you from Showtime Cards here in Tucson. It is Wild Card Wednesday. Come on down. We've got boxes that we're breaking. We broke some World Cup boxes a little bit earlier, and you can get that box that we broke for $84.99. And our guy, George Marius, check this out. He just dropped off this, and we'll ask him about this. A autograph Cooper Flag rookie chrome card from this past season. So that looks cool. And as you can see, it's very well protected. It is sleeved up for sure. So George joins us back on the show right now.
All right.
Pretty cool Cooper Flag card here we got, George.
Oh, it's a tremendous card. I love it. And then you just never know who's going to come in and bring you a card to sell a card. And it just tells you how many people are in the hobby now. So this young man comes in and very quiet, and he brings in, he's like, I got a couple cards to sell. We're kind of short-handed. Someone called in sick today. So I was like, do you know what you're looking to get? And he's like, no. And I was like, do you know what the card's worth? I know it's an expensive card, perhaps $1,000. It's well over $500. He's like, no. And I was like, huh? He's like, actually, I've never done this before.
So this was somebody that maybe is not real experienced in this whole thing. He
absolutely
just came across this card.
Yep, that's what I was trying to figure out. So I was like,
yeah.
So how'd you get the card? He's like, it was one of those app things. And I go, was it where you open the packs or was it Whatnot? He goes, yeah, that one, Whatnot. And I go, what'd you do, a break? And he goes, yeah, So you just never know. You have to be careful. You don't know if someone opened someone's car or something. A lot of people go to Target, open some blasters or steal some blasters, bring them in here to sell them. So you have to be careful on that part. So we try to get to the bottom of it. We try to find out the story on it. So he's like, well, it's that one. And I was like, all right, cool. And then we figure out what the card is. So it seemed everything checked out. It seemed pretty cool. So I figured out the value of the card, and then we pay a percentage. Sometimes it's 65 to 75% of what the card is. You get more in trade, and that's just the margins on business. You want to sell at least 35, 25, 35%. So he goes, okay, yeah, I'll take it. And I was like, it's a lot of money. I don't have that kind of cash right now. We just opened the thing. Can you take Zelle? And he goes, yeah, I'll take Zelle. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what else? Oh, do you have ID? It's over $500. So I was like, do you have ID? And he's like, yeah. So I'm just writing down the ticket and stuff. And then I look at the name and it's like, and then I look and it's Robert Burries. And then I go, wait.
Robert Burries?
I was like, are you related? And he goes, yeah, that's my brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Braden. Braden's his brother. I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, so you went to U of A? And he goes, yeah, I was a senior. I was like one of the managers.
Right, yeah. He was on the staff this past year.
He was on the staff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, why didn't you say something, And he's just so nice, so quiet, And I was like, why did you say? And he goes, I don't know. I never sold a card. I just started doing these breaks because I know my brother's in these products. And I was like, he is. And I was like, that's pretty cool. And then I just asked him, what do you guys do? He's like, tomorrow we're going to go to Vegas. I think they start. That's where the
Summer League starts.
Summer League
Friday,
is back in Vegas. Yeah.
Right.
I think it should be there every year, personally.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is
it
now?
Is every year in Vegas. Yeah. So they have a number of summer leagues, but the big one is in Vegas every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
they have one in Salt Lake. Then there's another one in Sacramento. The kind of the preliminaries before you get to the Vegas one, which happens every year.
Okay, so it's always in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The main suburbs.
Yeah, so they said they were going to Vegas, and I was like, hey, I didn't know. I thought he might have broke one time. Break is getting in the breaks.
Right.
So I was like, we do breaks here and stuff. He's like, really? I didn't know.
So now let me stop you there. So he did a break online.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that work? How does that work?
So basically, we run these breaks. We break whatever product it is. It looked like it was Bowman. Bowman is a rookie product, so it's all the guys that are getting drafted or got drafted. So you'll see him in their Arizona uniform, because they haven't reported yet. He's with Minnesota, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. Flag is with Dallas. Braden is with Milwaukee.
Yeah, Braden is Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Milwaukee. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's in his Milwaukee uniform. Or no, he's not in his Milwaukee yet. He's in his Arizona uniform. And he's like, I was telling him that we run breaks. He goes, really? And I was like, or is that something you just did? And he goes, no, I want to collect. So I guess, he really liked it. Obviously, he's going to try to collect his brother's cards. And you never know, if you get in our breaks, he might be in there on our breaks with us,
So when you're doing a break online, then whatever who's opening is the person that's holding the online session, whatnot, this group, they're going through. So if my turn comes up and then I do my card,
no.
And then how does that?
No,
how do I know? Like, how do I get that card? How does that all work? Yeah.
So basically, we sell a number of teams. So there's, let's say in NBA, there's 30 teams. We sell 30 spots. Sometimes you pick your spot. So they price it out per team. Obviously, Dallas would be the most expensive one because they have the highest price possibilities. We do what's called a random team. All the teams are priced the same. So let's say they're all $50 a team. We randomize the teams, and then whatever team you have, let's say I get the Lakers. Then the breaker, which would be George, in this case myself, I open the cards online. We stream them. You can join live, or you can watch it later, tomorrow, or in 10 years, And we open it box by box, pack by pack, card by card. And you get to watch everything, and then whatever team you're holding is what you get, whether it's base cards, autographs, rookies, everything. So
wow.
Yeah, you can get lucky and hit something big, and then we do allow trades. Obviously, he's going to want to trade for Milwaukee cards. It's a lot of fun. And you can hit big cards at a low price. Sometimes these boxes are selling for an upwards of $1,000. A lot of people, including myself, can't afford a $1,000 box. But I will get a couple of spots in a break, which are $50, $100.
Now, this is an interesting card here, and if you can see it right here, because it doesn't actually look like a picture. It looks more like almost like a painting kind of thing. Is that what type of card is that? I don't know that I've seen a card like that before.
So I think this is a studio card.
Okay.
So basically, he just poses for the picture, and then and then they put the background on the end, like he was at the state or at the court at the back. Yep.
Yeah. It almost it's weird. It just almost has like an AI generation look to it. Is that kind of?
I bet you they did use a little bit of AI.
Yeah. We're beginning to kind of see that in cards now.
Yes.
As well. In fact, it says top certified autograph issue, which kind of autograph AI. I don't know.
No, it's a real.
But it is real. It is real.
It is a 100% autograph. What's really special about that card? Some of them are on stickers, so the athlete never touched the card. He just signed a bunch of stickers, and they paste the stickers on it.
Oh, wow.
This one, Cooper Flag actually has to grab the card, touch it, and then signs the card, and you have that card was actually handled by Cooper Flag as well as autographed.
Right. You can actually see.
Oh, no, that's.
You can see the sticker.
Is that the sticker?
That is the sticker
I'm
card.
sorry.
Yeah,
this is
that
not
a sticker card.
On-card autograph. This is a sticker.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can see the sticker card.
Sticker you can see the sticker. You're right. Yep. DK's so good.
I'm learning.
I know.
I'm learning with this whole thing.
You never know. DK might be our breaker.
All right.
He's already got the great voice. He knows the cards. He's lucky. What else? What else? He qualifies for all of it.
All right, so Cricket's going to be joining us here shortly. We've got a couple baseball.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's open up a couple of these baseball packs here. I love my baseball.
Okay.
We were just talking about Zach Wheeler, who struck out 14 Cincinnati Reds last night to the dismay of our guy Tito Francona. Let's see if I can pull a Zach. It seems like I'm always pulling Bryce Eldridge from the Giants. I must have like two or three Bryce Aldridge cards already. All right, so I got Bryce Aldridge. I have to take my glasses off because I can't see these cards. Tatsuya Ame. Okay, I've got him. That's a rookie card from the Houston Astros.
Nice.
Yeah. Now these are elite signatures. So I do. I got an elite signature card. Ooh, I got Angel Angel Genoa, a prospect from my very own Cleveland Guardians.
That's a nice card.
There you go. I've not heard of Angel, but now I'm going to have to follow him because I've got his card. And this is a sticker card here. You can tell, right? Because it's got
yes,
yeah,
that's a sticker
that's
card.
A sticker card there.
One of the main inserts you're looking for on these are kabooms.
Now, are all of these prospects for the most part, or some of these established? Because
some are established and some are like Hall of Famers or
like
old.
Bryce is a rookie.
Old superstars.
Yeah. Zahir Hope is obviously
a young player,
still coming up for the Dodgers organization, and CJ Kafis also from my Cleveland Guardians rookie cards. CJ, so I know who CJ is. I don't know who the other guy.
So
is.
it is a lot of prospects.
I do know who CJ is.
Future stars. I am gonna go with Bryce Matthews, Houston Astros. That's just a base card. James Wood. Tremendous player.
James Wood for the Nationals.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having a big year.
Big year.
Big year.
Hitting a lot of home runs. Jose Canseco. See, you even have some old greats. I liked him.
Yeah, he was the character.
He was a character. 100 miles per hour, full throttle Roger Clemens. And this card is serialized, so it's numbered 98 of 199. They only made 199 cards of this, and this is card number 98.
So that would be, but they're not all Roger Clemens cards. There are other players as well of the full throttle. There's 199 full throttle cards with different guys on them.
No, this one, it's all Roger Clemens, and then they might have Paul Skeens or Mizorowski.
Yep, right. But pitchers.
Pitchers, yep. So that's a nice card. Exactly. And Riley Quick, prospect for Minnesota.
Oh, all right. I've not heard of Riley Quick, but there you go.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right, I'm going to open up one more pack here and see what I've got.
DK already pulled an autograph.
And it's one of my guys. I love it when
that's
it's one
great.
of my guys. Trey Yasevich. I've heard of Trey Yasevich. That's a rookie card there for the Toronto Blue Jays. Exactly. And let's see. I've got Jimmy Rollins. All right, there's a legend right there. Jimmy Rollins. You see him on TV. Chase DeLauder.
Nice.
Rookie from my Cleveland Guardians there. So I've gotten 3 Cleveland Guardian cards already today. Alex Rodriguez. All right, so this is a career best card here. 57 home runs. Alex Rodriguez in a Texas Rangers uniform. And then Kevin Alvarez of the Houston Astros is we got his card as well. All right, do we have Cricket with us right now?
We do.
Guys, all right, so Cricket, I don't know if you've ever talked to Cricket.
Hello.
Have you, George?
I don't believe so, but she is already schooling you on how to open cards,
Right.
how to
So we
handle
got
the cards. Hello.
Cricket, say hello to George.
Hey, George.
Hey.
So we were talking earlier about how the one time we were opening up Pokemon cards. I was showing you guys my Pokemon cards. That was after there was like a big Pokemon card had been sold, and I went back looking through all my Pokemon cards to see if I had anything that might be on that level. And Cricket was schooling me because I was holding them the wrong way. I was putting my fingers all over them. So we decided to make a promo out of it, George. I don't know if you've heard this promo, but we're going to let you hear it now.
Don't miss out on any of the action.
Somebody broke a box, a rare Pokemon card, Gengar. Is that a character? Gengar?
Gengar.
I shouldn't say this because you all go running back to my office trying to pick off my Pokemon cards because they're like all over the place. All right, so I'm going to hang on to this Toxtricity because I think that might be worth something.
Stop touching it.
It's kind of it's kind of shiny.
DK uses polish. It was very effective.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
So there you go. Even Cricket knows that you're not supposed to be putting your thumbs on
get your
these
paws
cards.
off of those. Yeah,
exactly.
They're full of oil. You're
Right.
going to put fingerprints on the cards.
Exactly. You can't. That's how they quickly lose value. You might have an expensive card, but it can quickly lose value if you don't handle it the right way.
She's absolutely right.
And quickly get it into one. Like you already sleeved up my autograph. Angel Genoa card right there. You got to get it into a sleeve extremely quickly to protect the value of that card. All right, George, we'll come back and we'll talk more. We'll open up some more packs. Don't forget, you can get the FIFA box for $84.99. It's normally $99.99. Get that for $84.99 through the rest of our show and into tomorrow
Already
as well
sold a
as
few?
Friday. You've sold a few already. There you go. That's what we like to hear. Cricket, it's hot out there, and what's the traffic look like right now? Oh, wait. We still I forgot. We got to get your I forgot. Cricket does quotes of the day too. So we got to get into our Zen pose here.
Okay.
Get into our Zen pose here.
Center.
To get Cricket's quote of the day.
Focus. Don't touch your Pokemon cards with your thumb.
Someday I'm going to change out this music with death metal or something.
just to change it up.
Yeah. Mix it up just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay. All right. And now
Deep
George,
breath.
George, we try to guess who's the quote is.
Okay.
You'll get the first guess today.
All right.
And then Dragon Ball wins every time.
He does. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader.
Ooh, one more time on that.
If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader.
I'm going to say John F. Kennedy on that. That sounds like something John F. Kennedy might have said.
You'll be surprised. But does
Go ahead,
George
George.
want to guess?
Go ahead, George.
I didn't know. I thought it was it was like, we're doing a sports radio show, so I thought it was a sports person.
It can be anybody.
Now that kind of threw me off.
be
I am gonna go with Albert Einstein.
Not a bad guess. We've had Albert
These are
Einstein.
good guesses.
That seems to be the most popular guess.
Okay.
Albert Einstein. Okay.
You'll be surprised.
Okay, is Dragon Ball going to guess, or is he going to win today?
Yeah, that'd be Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton for the win.
Dolly Parton said that?
Yes, she did.
Really?
Wow.
Mhm.
She's
Well,
good.
she's a smart woman.
There you
yeah.
go.
Yep.
All right.
She's got her
Dolly.
own theme park.
She does
she's
have
got
her own. She has her own theme park. Come on, man.
Yeah, and Jolene, don't steal her man. All that stuff. No way. All right. One more time for Dolly.
If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader.
All right. Cricket, you got to come. Cricket loves dogs. Cricket, you got to come down here and see Bo. Yeah.
Who's Bo?
Bo is he's the boss down
He
here.
is the
Oh,
boss.
of course.
Is he a Shih Tzu?
He's a Shih Tzu, and
Yeah.
he loves DK. He always comes by and hangs out.
Yeah, he didn't jump in my bag. I brought my special bag. My wife said you should bring the bag the dog always likes to lay in, and I bought that bag, and he hasn't laid in it yet. So Bo's just not. Yeah, Bo. He's the star, Cricket, here. It's just me and George just talk, but Bo actually is the one people come to see here.
Well, you give Bo some head scratches and booty scratches for me, please.
There you go. All right. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Crash occurred on 29th Street at I-10 and some backups on the eastbound I-10 frontage road at 29th Street. Tangerine east of I-10 wreck there, and westbound slowing on Tangerine approaching I-10. There is a slight chance of rain a little bit later, maybe around 6 or 7 tonight. There is an extreme heat warning in effect until tomorrow at 8 p.m. 83 are low, 108 tomorrow, and 105 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. And now, a no-frills ad brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you could save at Progressive.com.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Tucson area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. Tennis superstar Coco Gauff has advanced to the semifinals at Wimbledon for the first time in her career. The two-time major champion defeated fellow American Jessica Pegula on Tuesday in a thrilling three-set battle. Gauff made her debut at Wimbledon in 2019 at just 15 years old. After several tournaments where she struggled on grass courts, Gauff is changing the narrative. The 22-year-old is now the youngest woman to reach the semifinals in all 4 Grand Slams since Maria Sharapova in 2007.
Well, I think a lot of people had me going out in the first or second round in this tournament, to be honest. So I don't know. I think after 7 years playing this tournament, it's finally the first time I can walk on center court, and I didn't feel nervous. So I don't know if I'm becoming a vet or I don't know.
Gauff will face Karolina Mukova in the Wimbledon semifinals on Thursday. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. America's Big 250 starts this month. Did you know Tucson's first Presidio is 250 plus? If you're not careful, you can still experience those original dirt roads crossing town in the bottom of wagon wheel busts and suspension slaying potholes. It's why Arizona drivers count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care to protect their tires and suspension for life with Jack's Plus Pack. Every passenger and light truck tire we install comes with a free alignment check and 12 additional services, including professional installation and lifetime tire maintenance. If you're shopping around, Jack's got you covered with major brands and budget-friendly tire options. Compare Jack's total installed price. Backed by our low price promise, we've got you covered completely through both our seasons, monsoon and road construction. Check out Jack's Plus Pack, a $249 value at jackfurriers.com. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by any of our 14 award-winning locations. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
This is the story
One
of
minute.
the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
If you checked in last night to the Diamondbacks game after the first inning, you pretty much missed everything that game had to offer.
1-2 from Gallen. Here's the pitch. And Cronenworth swings, rips it in the air, deep down the right field line, headed towards the pole. This one, gonna go! Jake Cronenworth, a 3-run home run. And the Padres get their crooked number in the bottom of the first.
Diamondbacks Download. Baseball talk.
All 4 runs in the game scored in the very first inning. All 5 runs in the game scored in the very first inning last night. Diamondbacks got a run on the top of the first. Padres got 4 runs, the bottom of the first. And that was your final last night in San Diego. 4-1. Padres even the 4-game series with a victory over the Snakes. Arizona had their chances. They had the bases loaded in that first inning when they only got 1 run. Nolan Arenado had a chance to make it more.
And now he's got to deal with Nolan Arenado. Teammates for 5 years in Colorado, and a line drive caught at second by Song. He hits the bag, double play! Moreno couldn't quite get back, and a soft liner right up the middle will end the inning. Somehow Marquez gives up just the 1 run in the first.
And then Nolan Arenado had another opportunity later in the game with 2 men on in the 6th.
Right now, it's up to Johnny Brito to get out of this inning, Just.
Padre lead is 4-1, but the Diamondbacks have Gurriel at first, Moreno at second, only 1 out. First pitch on the way, and Arenado hits it on the ground sharply to short. Bogarts flips to second one. Song to first in time, and a double play. Welcome back, Johnny Brito. First major league pitch in almost 700 days, and an inning-ending double play.
Well, there's a term in baseball called the sombrero, where you strike out 4 times. I don't know that there's a term in baseball for going 0 for 4, striking out twice, and hitting into 2 double plays. But that's what Nolan Arenado did last night in a 4-1 loss to the San Diego Padres. Of course, Nolan Arenado's on my fantasy team, so I did not get anything out of him last evening.
Well, if you're keeping to the hat monikers, we can probably call that the beret.
The beret? I like that.
Yeah, you could probably call that the beret.
The beret, striking out twice and hitting into 2 double plays to go for 4. Yeah, there you have it.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be like not so? Beret's a semi-cool hat. How about fedora? Like that's a non-cool hat.
The fedora would be absolutely the one you would want to go with there.
Fedora, that's a. I don't know if we want to make fedoras. They're kind of nice. I mean,
no. DK,
no?
You're out of touch. They are not nice, and nobody likes fedoras. That's
there's a deeper meaning to them now.
There are associations involved with fedoras. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Zach Gallen last night, 6 innings, allowed 4 runs on 6 hits. Got better after that first inning, but the offense did not do much for him last night. Let's hear from Torey Lovello, the skipper, after a 4-1 loss in San Diego.
This game was won and lost in the first inning. We load the bases with no outs, and we scratch across 1 run. And we have very capable guys, and we didn't get the job done. You walk off the field, they get a big 2-out, 3-run home run, and that stood up the whole way. So I feel like if we got some slug in that situation, Zach gets a little extra push, might be a totally different outcome. I did see the recovery, and I had a nice conversation with him after the game and talked about that. There were five plus real good innings where he was on the attack and pitched into the seventh inning, and at a time where we're really thin in the bullpen, that was a really good boost. But in that first inning, I thought the walk of Sheets was a very critical at bat, maybe missequencing to Cronenworth. He swung over a couple changeups, and then I know they were trying to reset with a fastball up out of the zone, and he just made a mistake. And Cronenworth did not come off the fastball, and we paid for that. It's very hard on us. It's very hard on him. It's very hard on everybody. But we are digging in with him and we're trying to figure it out. And, I talk about picking the right harder, the right challenge. We could pick 15 things every single day apart on any player that's struggling. But I think we have to individually, piece by piece, pull out the right thing and address it. For me, it was sequencing today. If we sequence better and don't make certain mistakes, then it's a totally different outcome, in my opinion. But before we go crazy with what's wrong with Zach, I'm going to simplify it for him, and it's up to him and the pitching coaches and me too to figure out that part of the puzzle, and that's what makes coaching and managing so special.
All right, 6.34 ERA right now for Zach Gallen. Hopefully he can turn that around in the second half for this team. Game number 3 of this 4-game series is straight ahead tonight, 6:40 first pitch. 7 o'clock first pitch tonight out at Petco Park. For the Padres tonight, they're going to throw Michael King. He'll take his last start before the All-Star break. He had a no decision Friday against the Dodgers. 2-0 career, 4 starts with a 0.92 ERA against the Arizona Diamondbacks. D-backs are going to have rookie Jose Cabrera, who's coming off a no decision Friday night as well against Milwaukee. He lasted only 3 1/3 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits. So I'm going to give you a DK special here tonight. I'm going to give you a DK top play tonight. I am taking on the run line. I'm taking the run line, the Padres on the run line, -1.5 at +145. That's a pretty good bet right there. +145, Padres on the run line. Your $12.90 bet could get you back $18.71 tonight if the Padres win by 2 or more runs over the D-backs.
Not to pile on, but that 6.34 ERA for Zach Gallen is the worst of any starter in Major League Baseball, and he's also 0-5 on the road this year, by the way.
Don't take him on the road.
No.
There's another bet for you coming up after the All-Star break. All right, some pretty interesting things happened in baseball last night. How about the game that was put in by one Ryan O'Hearn of the Pittsburgh Pirates?
High and deep, O'Hearn, grand slam. He just put a charge into this place. The Pirates have the lead, 4-1 in the first.
All the best in the game.
By the way, what's it like to be in the clubhouse with this guy? What a night for O'Hearn. Career high 7 RBIs. What a game for O'Hearn. We're just getting started tonight, folks. That was way out of here. Give him a high five for me, Braxton.
Oh, well. That's unbelievable. What a beat. Oh, my. Oh, my.
This is deep. You've never seen it. 10 RBIs by a Pirate. Ryan O'Hearn, the first Pirate with a 10 RBI game. 10. A perfect 10. Hats off. Tarps off for you, Ryan O'Hearn. And screwed them all in. An all-time Pirates record. Move over, Johnny Rizzo. Welcome, Ryan O'Hearn.
So we kind of always joke, guys, about how Paul Skeens never gets any run support. He got enough run support from one guy last night in Ryan O'Hearn. Grand slam and 2 3-run home runs.
Seeing O'Hearn hit that well, I know that he probably will not have another home run for about 2 weeks. That's usually how the luck has gone with his swing. But, hey, I'll take that for one game, especially against the Braves. And, hey, you know what, though? At the very least, there was chance for history to be made in 2 back-to-back days because Jared Jones had a perfect game going today. And then the Pirates pull him in the 7th inning, and now they're losing.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't get this. There's been this situation now in 2 back-to-back weeks. A guy is pitching a perfect game, and he gets pulled. I don't get it, DK. And now the Braves get a 2-run shot to go and take the lead in a 0-0 game when they pulled Jones. If this team wants to get to the postseason, they have to stop getting in their own way. But O'Hearn, fantastic performance yesterday. Wish I'd get another one of those home runs for today's game.
There you
I
go.
mean, how many great RBI guys have played for the Pirates over the years?
Not that many in recent memory.
No, but I'm talking historically. I'm more surprised that Barry Bonds didn't have 10 RBIs at one point. Right? I mean, there were so many guys. So 10 RBIs as being the Pirates' all-time record. What a night.
Let's hear from Ryan O'Hearn on his 10 RBI performance.
I didn't do anything different today at all. So I've seen it pretty good from the first pitch and, ended up with 3 homers and guys were on base. So I don't know how it happened or what happened. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty amazing. I've never hit 3 in a game before at any level. It's enough RBIs for a month. So to do it at home in front of you guys is pretty special.
There you go. Ryan O'Hearn, historic night for him. Also some history for the greatest player maybe to ever play baseball.
Highline drive, center field, carries over the wall. 300 for Shohei Ohtani.
#300th home run for Shohei Ohtani. Interestingly enough, Ryan O'Hearn became the first player to drive in 10 runs in a game since it became an official stat in 2020. The only other player to do that in Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani, did it 2 seasons ago.
That might have been the greatest game of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the one where he was trying to go for the 50-50. He had been the 3rd player ever to do 40-40, right? And he was going for 50-50 that night. And if I remember correctly, he had 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, a triple, and I think he knocked in like 11 or 12 that game. Some people said that was maybe the best offensive game in MLB history.
Right. Pretty impressive last night.
I looked it up, and he's got twice as many home runs as any Japanese-born player.
Yeah.
And he's sneaking up on the wins total as well. I mean, obviously he sat out the year pitching, but the fact that he's got twice as many home runs just about. Well, Dragon Ball and I were talking about this off air, DK, about some of the great Japanese players who didn't come over here until they were a little bit older, right? Like Suzuki, for instance, came over when he was like 29 or 30, hit 100 home runs. But, Shohei's been at it. I mean, how long did he play down there in L.A. before he joined the Dodgers? Like 6 seasons. So this has got to be his 10th year. So just unbelievable what he can do at the bat.
All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We'll get our final break in here. We'll come back. We'll get your Casino del Sol replay for you. And the story that continues to provide more and more intrigue, the latest surrounding the Brendan Sorsby situation. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5. She's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Thornydale and Costco Drive in Thornydale reported crash. Collision 29th Street at I-10 on 29th Street at I-10 with backups on the eastbound I-10 frontage road at 29th Street. There's a chance of rain a little bit later, an extreme heat warning until 8 p.m. tomorrow. 83 or low, 108 tomorrow, 105 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Thank you to Brent Brennan and your Arizona Wildcats for bringing the cup back home.
Luisano dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
State champs again. Yep. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store at metalsupermarkets.com.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do. With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Once upon a time, our family had trouble with pests around our home. Did you know that stinging insects send tons of people to the hospital? And teeny ticks and mosquitoes can be all around the yard. Their bites can make people and their pets sick. Mice, rats, and roaches need food and water just like us. You do not want them to visit. They can spread disease and make it hard to breathe. I'm sure glad this story has a happy ending.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
It's DK on the sports tip. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Doing a lot of around the house work. New tub. We had to break up the concrete, reset the pipe.
You're going to start your own show?
Not a chance. I'm not a big HGTV guy.
How much of that work are you doing yourself?
The stripping was kind of my job. I ended up taking
stripping?
I took
You're
out the
stripping?
linoleum. I stripped out the
Am
linoleum.
I not paying you enough money that you got to strip for a living? DK on the sports tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's 72-hour sale is happening now. Save up to 72% off on top brands, with queens starting at $149.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
When I found out my son was smoking weed, I thought it was just part of adolescence.
But then I found out how powerful weed is now.
When teens use vapes or dabs, the potency can be 80 to 100% THC.
Use of high THC products by youth can cause hallucinations, cannabis-induced psychosis,
and come with increased risks of suicidal thoughts,
planning, and attempts.
Just Say No, KNOW. Go to justsayno.org today for the facts.
A public service message from Johnny's Ambassadors.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
But Chase Burns only has 2 strikeouts through the first 4 innings. He is currently pitching in the 5th, so we need him to get to work because we need him to get over. We need him at least to get 8 Ks in this game. I don't think that's going to happen because you know how baseball works nowadays. He'll probably only pitch 2 more innings before getting the hook. All right, Big 12 Media Days.
Well, what if he had a perfect game going?
If he had a perfect game going, he'd be gone by the 6th.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. The Big 12 Football Media Days wrapped up today, and just as the Cincinnati Bearcats were up on the stage taking their place, came word that the NCAA has notified them that they have a few follow-up questions they want the football staff and administration to answer on the topic of former quarterback Brendan Sorsby. Now, Bearcats head coach Scott Satterfield was asked today if they had any knowledge of Brendan Sorsby's betting habits. He declined to comment on that. The administration also declined to comment on that, but they did release a statement today saying we have had continuous conversations with the NCAA since the initial reports related to impermissible sports wagering began. The university said in a statement, as we have stated before, we do not believe any athletics officials or staff member was aware of any impermissible sports wagering as it relates to Brendan Sorsby, who admitted to a gambling addiction and making upwards of $90,000 worth of bets during the time he was enrolled in Indiana and Cincinnati. So we'll see where that all plays out. Everybody's been saying, well, what about Cincinnati? What about Cincinnati? Well, we'll find out, I think, more about Cincinnati in the near future.
I mean, we just talked about Kirk Creasy yesterday, right?
Because
there's a $2.4 million embezzling nastiness going on there, and that started in 2022.
And carried over to 4 different universities.
Right. So like that's just getting going as well. And obviously that doesn't have the gravitas of actually betting on sports while you're a student athlete, an active student athlete, which is the whole, point of the discussion that we've been having. But yeah, I mean, I think we all knew Cincinnati would be the school. I mean, going back to Indiana, he didn't play, right? Especially as a freshman.
Yeah.
So I mean, Cincinnati would be the other school. And with all the heat, I think Texas Tech got the heat because they were going to play him regardless of the suspension. But the questions really need to be asked about when that knowledge was given. And there's some rumors that there was some, information that did sneak out there when he was with the Bearcats. So we'll see where it goes.
520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. All right, let's get you right now your Casino del Sol replay, and then we'll come back here and maybe open up another package of soccer cards.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, we had Mackenzie Hamilton on the show earlier today. She is the team reporter for Arizona Athletics, and I asked her about the campaign, the Heisman campaign for quarterback Noah Fifita that the university's athletic department has launched.
We'll make sure we get you a copy. It's actually not a packet. It's just one of your standard printed resumes. But basically, it's saying that Noah Fifita has a Heisman caliber resume. He should be in the discussion for this Heisman. And this, as you said, is kind of the launch of that, of Arizona Athletics and Coach Brennan really backing him and saying, hey, this is a name that you guys should consider. This is someone you should watch. I'll take a quote from Coach Brennan. He's one of the best stories in college football right now. And I'll make sure you can find on Twitter, on our socials, we put out the resume, and I'm sure I saw some comments that people are wanting copies. So maybe I'll talk with our marketing department. Maybe we can do something where we get some printed for our people back in Tucson to get some copies of this. But it's what you would expect of a resume. It starts at the top with his experience. It hits all of his leadership awards, all of his records he's had here at Arizona. He's also one of just 5 senior quarterbacks in all of college football right now who spent their entire career at one school. He also leads college football as the active passing touchdown leader. And then it breaks into his awards, all the way from his first one as the Pac-12 Freshman Offensive Player of the Year. And then we can't forget about his community service. He started the First Down Faith Foundation, where he's done so much work for people in Tucson. And then I love, too, we have his skills, his references, some great quotes from people in the college football community about the caliber of player and person he is.
Mackenzie, you obviously are behind the scenes with this team, and is there a story that you can tell us about Noah Fifita maybe that we don't know or we've not seen, or something that you've seen that kind of exemplifies the kind of person that he is?
Yeah, I would say, I've been with Arizona football since 4 years. This will be my 4th season. And Noah was actually one of the first people I met first day in the office. And I would say he's the same type of person he was that day as the second string quarterback to who he is today as one of the biggest stories here at Big 12 Media Days, and that his humility has remained the same. The type of person he is and how he treats others remains the same. He has to have a photographic memory. I believe he believes or remembers everyone's name. And so that always just comes to mind when I think of Noah Fifita. Fun fact, too, he was my first interview ever at Arizona football. It was spring ball, so I grabbed him after practice, and he's always been just as well-spoken as he is now, too.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, so Big 12 Media Days has come to a conclusion, and now the fellows will come back here. A couple more weeks of training ahead of the beginning of fall camp, which is just around the corner. All right, don't forget, we've got the Prism FIFA World Cup boxes out here at Showtime Cards. You can get these through the next couple of days for $84.99. I'm gonna pop open another box here of these. They have, I think there's 4 cards in these boxes. Now this is interesting, and we'll have to ask George about this next time. This is interesting because these cards are not straight. I've opened up a couple of these boxes already, and some of these cards are just a little bit bent. So that might they may already be losing a little bit of value. Okay, I've got guys, Elias Skahiri from Tunisia. Have we heard of him? No.
Not heard of that one.
Christ Anio Ole from the Ivory Coast.
Not heard of that one.
That one. Cody Gopko from the Netherlands.
Cody Gopko, yes.
Cody Gopko.
I
you have heard of
that
Cody Gopko. All right.
Yes.
Florian Wirtz from Germany. I'm getting a lot of drive.
Yes.
That's like my 3rd German player that I've pulled here today. Let me see if I have one more here. I think I've got one more that we can pop open here real quick and see if we get anything dramatic. We've got about 1:20 seconds to go here on the show today. All right, let's see. Last 4 cards here.
Who are we looking for?
Well, we're looking for something signed, or that looks like it might be worth some money.
No, I'm asking Dragon Ball what player he wants DK to pull right now.
I'd probably go with the Salah. Salah would be.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. He's so good.
Benjamin Taharovic from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bazomana Torre from the Ivory Coast. No. Here, this is a pretty one. This has got a prism one. Hannibal Mejbri from Tunisia. No. And last one here. Emiliano Martinez from Argentina.
Okay. I've learned something that Dragon Ball needs to brush up on his Tunisian national team knowledge.
There you go.
I need to know more about Tunisia.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for today. Wild Card Wednesday, Showtime Cards. Thanks to George Murray's and all the great folks out here at Showtime Cards for having us. Thanks to Mackenzie Hamilton for joining us. For Dragon Ball, for JW Madden, for Cricket, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Also, thanks to my crew out here, Lilo and Jet, for doing a fabulous job, as they always do. We'll talk to you tomorrow. DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
Thank you.
Collisions reported Thornydale and Costco Drive and Thornydale. And earlier wreck 29th at I-10 on 29th Street at I-10. Backups eastbound I-10 frontage road at 29th. Backups Alvernon at 22nd Street for a spill containment. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's lucky deluxe boxes. Choose the $5, $7, or $9 box. Now with new Fajita Street Chalupas. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
In full fabulous flow, tapping down the left-hand side.
It wouldn't be the beautiful game without some full fabulous flow. Christian Pulisic.
Gotta have it, man. Gotta have it.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215-215. That's HIM to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GROW to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GROW to borrow up to $10,000.
The target. 422 Maple Drive. No tripped alarms. No broken windows. While you were sleeping, they made off with $50,000 in equity. And they didn't even use a getaway car.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Don't let termites turn your equity into sawdust. We stop the heist before the damage is done. Call 520-201-2000 for your free termite inspection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, termites.
In this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the average, Cumulus Digital gives leaders the edge, beating industry averages by 25%. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICC.